YouTube, I remembered the start recording shortcut, so I don't have to minimize the game. Continue. Amanda accepted, apparently, whatever that means. So I did a bit of research. Oh, I need to also have out of the game. The game's muted. The game's muted. Let there be sound. I did some research. You can date each dad twice before you get locked in, so that's what we'll be doing to fully get to know each dad. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The highlight of middle-aged life. Couponing. I say as a not middle-aged person. The nice mail person slides a couple letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. Takes a couple of tries for them to get it in. Duncan, hey, my coupons. I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. Duncan, I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. Oh, no, because they're right there. I can see them. Duncan, do you need glasses, my friend? Duncan, Amanda? She yells through the door. Amanda, what? Duncan, I have something for you. Amanda, I'm kind of busy right now. Can you come back later? Duncan, okay. Just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from HIA.
Yes.
Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Amanda, Horn Institute for the Arts? Duncan, I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Amanda, father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. Duncan, that's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. And? The suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. Amanda's face is unreadable. Amanda, I can't believe this. Duncan, oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't.
Yes.
Amanda, I got in! Duncan, oh! Amanda, I got in! Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. My throat is sore already. Duncan, congrats, sweetie, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Amanda, oh my god, I really can't believe I got in. Duncan, well, of course you got in. You're a great student, you nailed that interview, and your photography is incredible. Amanda, wait, Dad? I know this one's really expensive and it's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for the longest time. Duncan, it'll be tough, but we're going to make it work. Amanda, really? Duncan, of course. Amanda hugs me again.
Hey.
Amanda, thanks, Dad. Duncan, okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice, wherever you want. Amanda, wherever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. We are the best, Dad, aren't we, Angel? Duncan, you could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. Amanda, please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a burrito with a view. Duncan, I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. Amanda, and the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes and there are all these galleries nearby and there's a discount if you bring your student ID and... Duncan, Amanda, slow down. You're going to choke on your burrito, which is a waste of a burrito. Amanda, I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors and we get all the professional photo editing software for free? Hey, hey. That suddenly makes it one of the cheaper schools she could have gone to. It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, but I wish she wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. Amanda, I wonder who my roommate's going to be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interests. I bet we're going to be best friends. I am right, I know. Having been to university. Duncan, Craig and I were. A good roommate can be a lifelong friend. Speaking of, Craig is the next dad we're going to go on a date with for the first date. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. Amanda. Oh no. Hey Ari, I thought you'd be excited if you were here to hear that announcement. Duncan, I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled.
Alright.
Amanda, ooh, they let you have animals in the dorms if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I could forge one. I think I could a rabbit, or maybe a snake, or maybe both. the snake eat a rabbit though? Ah, Amanda, not if you take the snake over with the lettuce. You bring the snake back. You take the rabbit. You bring the cabbage back. You take... You know where I'm going with that joke. Duncan, oh boy, I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. Duncan, so, you know I had that talk with Mr. Vega? Amanda, he didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? Well, he didn't, Amanda, but you just did. Duncan, what? No. Insert Mark Wahlberg gif here. Having done a creative course where you need specialist software, I can confirm. Oh, I can well imagine. How is everyone doing, by the way? Sorry we had a bit of a shaky start to the stream. With the game being the game. Duncan, I don't want to put a dampener on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. Amanda, okay. I promise I'll try harder. I pat her on the back. Duncan, think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. Gotta see some more Dream Daddy? Well, Ari, I figured I wanted to finish it. Professor Duncan Mann deserves a happy life in this multiverse, in this universe, and yeah, you know, there's like 8 more hours of content to be had here. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences. Amanda, well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Amanda, oh, Dad, don't cry. Duncan, sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up now and you're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Chat, you're all grown up now. You're such good people, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Amanda, Dad, stop. You're going to make me cry too. Duncan, it's too late, honey. It's happening. Amanda, Dad, I can't get tears in my burrito. It's going to make it taste sad. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead. Duncan, love you, kiddo. Amanda, love you too, Pops. Record scratch. You may be wondering how I ended up here.
Welcome. You've got dads.
We've got Dad's chat. Oh, hey, Matt. Hey, Duncan, what are your feelings about poker? Beyond oddly knowing her. Hey! He anticipated the dad joke. Poker, I hardly know her. There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please, Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get that. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. That sounds great. I love losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. Lose that money. You can save bookmarks directly to your desktop chat. You can save them as web pages. They really stepped up the production value in episode 5. Well, they did. Because George Lucas wasn't in charge. Or wasn't directing. Loading screens in this game are a bit long, I will admit. But I guess it's because it's a visual novel, so... Matt invited me to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walk over. Don't you really lose the money if you're not good enough to win? That is true, Stabledias. Across the way, I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Crap! Should have brought something.
Hey,
Matt, hey man. Duncan. Crap, I should have brought something. Matt, no worries man, it's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. Duncan, how long have you guys been at this for? Matt, years buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian and Joseph hover over the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Oh, hey, also I worked out the joke here with Brian and his obsession with fishing. He is a bear. Look it up if you don't know what that means in LGBT slang. Joseph, Duncan, glad you could make it.
Oh.
Craig, so am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Duncan, just like old times. Brian, Craig's the resident shark. Craig, we prefer the term person who's good at poker. Duncan, I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker.
Huh?
Craig, are you still as terrible as you were in college? Duncan, I'm still terrible at poker. My tale is a sustained, childlike giggle. Not surprised, all of you have at least one child who has yet to go to college. That is true. Robert, as far as we are aware, doesn't even have children.
Oh.
Robert, there's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs.
Ah,
Joseph, this is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community.
nice.
Plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks.
Oh.
Hey, the snack's not here, okay? Damien wasn't invited, apparently. Brian, guess who bought pigs in a blanket? Robert, not Craig. Craig, hey! My chia seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Everybody laughs. Matt, let's just get the game going. We all take a seat at the table and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Angel, we both go to gatherings for snacks and drinks. Get some of that fancy presse. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Gotta make a quick work call, BRB. Sure thing, Aaron. The game will still be here. Duncan, Craig, how did you get so good at this? Craig, it's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell. Like, Matt will scratch his ear.
Hey, yeah.
Matt, hey! Craig, Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie.
Hey.
Brian, now wait a second. Craig, and I think you just loudly announced to the whole room when you have a good hand. Duncan, yep. Yep, that's me. And to hang out together, we're kind of sickening, aren't we? Yes, we are, Angel Wraith. We are kind of sickening. But hey, here's to us for another 12 years tomorrow.
Oh.
What's Joseph's tell? Craig, everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Joseph, well, this I've God on my side.
Oh.
Craig, see, you can't even say that with a straight face. Duncan, what about Robert? Craig. Honestly, the man's an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in the solemn salute. Craig, I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. Robert, I'm just here because I enjoy the company.
Oh.
Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it.
Oh.
Matt, Robert, is that a flip phone? Robert, yeah.
Whoa.
Joseph, what? Are you a drug dealer now?
Hey.
Robert, yeah. What do you need? Horse? Speed? Tijuana Johnny's? What about Tijuana Jack? Do you sell Tijuana Jack? I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic or designer, that's maybe 72 hours in the favour cold. Maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow. But someday. Joseph, oh, I don't really... I think I'm good. Robert, right. But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. Duncan. Robert, I dropped my phone in the toilet and this is the backup until I get it replaced under warranty. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. We go back to playing. I've really got to stop eating these pigs in the blanket. Pigs in a blanket. I'm just going to use what I'm more used to with pigs in blankets. They're kind of like Robert and his terrible jokes. The man takes things to the nth degree. He's here for the drama. Pigs in blankets? I don't know, but they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oh god, pigs in blankets with cheese in. That sounds amazing. Craig, oof. Don't know if I've got enough to raise you on this round. Joseph, you can always bet your firstborn.
Bro.
Craig, if you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Briar and Hazel are a handful, to say the least. Briar, Hazel, and River. What nice names. Joseph, buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times. Or dadpacity. Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her for her birthday, but she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby. In this present pandemic age, calling social gathering sickening is a joke by itself. It isn't, Stobdust. It's a good joke, actually. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Brian. Oh, that's why we're in the garden, I assume. Brian, Daisy got one of those a while back. One night, I walked in on her after she had tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, but then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still. Duncan. That reminds me of... Wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Everyone nods in agreement. Craig, guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there is already. Can we just get back to poker and not talk about poop? Matt steals another hand, and we quickly forget about the poop. We run out of pigs in blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. I've dealt with raw poop everywhere. You've had children on stable days. Of course you have.
Hey.
Matt, these kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop.
Oh.
Craig, it's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys.
Hey.
Matt, I can see it now. Pierce the kale. Chips.
Oh. Oh.
Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego.
Well.
We all look at Matt, confused. It's maybe not any of your wheelhouses. Brian, how's the shop nowadays?
Hey.
Matt, busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring on another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate. Duncan,
Oh.
Matt, if Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. What is it with the random capitalization? Let me know. Duncan, that's really nice of you, but I think she's been burned too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively.
Hey.
Matt cocks his head to the side. Duncan, I'll ask her though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and has taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards. Nothing's wrong with Summer the person, but I don't know why Summer was capitalised there. Brian, so what's it going to take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Robert, do you really want to unleash the beast? Craig, well, now I'm curious. Robert, I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this penny chip nonsense. Craig, I got a Lily's 18-year single blend. Okay, as a whiskey drinker, you can't get a single blend. It's a single malt or it's a blend. They just threw words together there. Right? I'm not going crazy. Sitting in my closet right now. We're saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral. Robert, now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Duncan, nope.
Hey.
Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Craig, deal the cards, Bry guy. Brian, you guys sure you wanna... Robert, you heard the man. Deal. Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey. Robert, so I know what you might be thinking. Robert put his old workhorse up for grabs, his only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. How could he be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps. But it didn't last long, though. I took one type, put it in 2 containers, then blended the 2 container contents. Single blend. Maybe that's what they're getting at. I lost everything in a game of Pai Gow in the back room of a Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification. You name it. I woke up in a ditch near Xiaoshui Park and had to... I think that's how you pronounce that. And had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years I saw the greatest depths of human fear. Loved deeper than I ever had. And lost it all many more times over. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. That is how you pronounce that. Yes! Go me.
Hey.
So let's make this more interesting.
Hey.
Robert produces the deeds to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table.
Oh.
All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance?
I don't know.
Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell that he can find. Robert, casually, sips his whiskey again. Craig, I fold. Everyone erupts. Fine, the whiskey is yours. Robert, and that's why you don't dance with the devil. Brian, so what was it? Were you bluffing? Or did you have the cards? Why would you play poker with a guy who goes all out with every joke? Exactly! The man is a living living bluff. Robert, that's for me to take to my grave, fellas. Joseph, next week, boys? Yeah. Brian, next week.
Hey.
Matt, you got it.
Dude.
Craig, I'll be there. Robert, Duncan, this has been very relaxing, and I sincerely doubt I'll wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it tonight.
Hey.
Brian, keep working on that poker face, Duncan. We all say goodbyes and head our separate ways. Record scratch.
Welcome. You've got dads.
So obviously we dated Damien. So you learn how to bluff. Let's go for Craig. I said Craig. We'll go for Craig. Let's message Craig. It says chest behind the tip jar, the pipe jar though. That quirky lab assistant from NCI's. Oh, Abby. I wonder what Craig's up to today. I navigate to Craig's dad book page and type out a message. Hey bro, or should I say neighbour, let's catch up like old times. A couple of moments pass before I hear a ding on the computer. It's a message from Craig. That was quick. Bro, my man, let's definitely hang soon. Might be a little different from our old weekend-long benders, but it'll still be fun. I think for a moment, this could be a fun opportunity to see my old buddy in his new element. We exchange a couple more messages and he logs off to prep for the game. I should see if Amanda wants to join me. I walk over to Amanda's room and knock on the door. Duncan, yo, Amanda Panda. I open the door and find Amanda sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by magazines and newspaper clippings. She seems to be making some sort of art piece. What you working on? Amanda, just a collage for class. We're supposed to make a piece that represents our goals for the future. I take a closer look at her collage. Duncan, that's a lot of dogs. Amanda, it's mostly dogs, yeah. Did you need something? Duncan, Craig invited us to a softball game. Want to go? Amanda, remember that one time you signed me up for softball and you bought me all the gear, and then you took me to the first game? Someone hit a ball towards me and I just ran off of the field crying. Duncan, and then you hid in the dugout and would scream if I tried to pick you up. Yes. Amanda, I was afraid of baseballs. I thought you were a gigantic, sentient softball. Oh, mobile twitch is horrendous, babe. Don't worry about it. Don't apologise for it. Duncan, so does that mean you don't want to go? Amanda gets up and looks me dead in the eye, determined. Amanda, I'm finally ready to face my fears head on. Let's do this. Amanda and I make the short drive out to the local softball field. For a kid's softball game, it's pretty packed. We clamber up the bleachers and take our seats on the top row. I don't see Craig. Anyway, this isn't a diamond. Is softball different to baseball? I thought it was just child's baseball with softer balls. Amanda, you happy teleporting it? Well, she's Professor Duncan Man's child, so of course she can teleport. Amanda, so when did the kids start crying and running off the field? Oh, the moment I show my face. Duncan, you know that your relationship with softball is different from everyone else's relationship with softball, right? Amanda, okay, but if I don't see some kids cry, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. For nostalgia purposes, of course. Not because I take joy out of children fighting for my amusement. Definitely not that. I feel like she leans back and steeples. The game starts and the kids run out onto the field. I see Craig by the dugout with a clipboard. He has River strapped to his chest as per usual. There's a guy in a pancake costume doing jumping jacks across the field. I guess that's the mascot. Reading the kids' brightly coloured jerseys, I see that it's the Maple Bay Flapjacks against the Pinewood Ocelots. Go Flapjacks?
Oh.
Craig, choke upon the bat, Miranda. Amanda, yeah, Miranda, square up. No, not Mother Miranda. No. Duncan, how much do you know about softball? Amanda, enough to know that the balls are relatively hard despite their name. But yelling is fun. Give it a shot, it's cathartic. We're going to be encouraging but not aggressive. Keep your eye on the ball and also an eye on the bat. And the outfield. And the other players. Just keep your eye on all that stuff simultaneously. Amanda, nice. We watch a couple innings of softball. They aren't ready for the major leagues yet, but Craig's trained his team pretty well. Seems like he's really good with kids. Kicksand Craig is good with children. Whoa. Amanda, it's amazing how hard they're hitting the ball and how no one has run off of the field crying yet. Remember, you're yelling at children. Exactly. Duncan, Amanda, dear, you have to let it go. The balls never bothered you anyway. Welcome back, Harry. We're on a date with Craig. He's coaching the softball team. Amanda, let what go? I'm perfectly fine. The opposing team is up at bat. They hit a fly ball out into centre field. The tiny little girl tries to get under the ball, but it misses her glove and hits her straight in the forehead. Amanda, see? It's a completely justifiable fear. The girl plops down on the grass and starts crying. Craig makes a beeline to her, checking her forehead and comforting her until her parents arrive. He carries her off of the field as she sobs. Man, it's strange to think about how this was the guy who once backflipped off... Oh, it's the lurk emote. Once backflipped off of a roof and into a pool while shotgunning a beer. He's so... responsible now. The game... Side note, that's an impressive feat. The game resumes after the girl calms down a bit and we watch a couple more innings. Craig's team is crushing the other team in the 9th inning. The Ocelots seem to have given up by this point. I see one outfielder eating fistfuls of grass. Mood. Big mood. A batter on the other team knocks a foul ball into the stands. Well, they can't because of the netting. I follow the trajectory and... Oh no. It's coming right for me. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I close my eyes and brace for impact. Nom nom nom, grass? I open my eyes and look over to see Amanda holding the softball, staring at it in amazement.
Huh?
Amanda, I caught the ball. Duncan, you saved me. Amanda, I caught the ball! Dad, I caught the ball! Duncan, you did it, Amanda. Amanda, I faced my fears. I defeated the softball. I can do anything. Amanda and I share a big hug. It's a tender moment that I don't think anyone else watching really understood. Duncan, I'm proud of you, kiddo. The game ends and Craig's team have declared the victors, missing apostrophe. We sit patiently as the girls line up to shake hands. Craig, great job, everyone. We walk over to the dugout to congratulate Craig, who's talking with some of the parents. Duncan, Craig! Great work, man.
Oh.
Craig, thanks. We've been working hard all season. It's great to see it paying off. I'm so proud of all my girls. Speaking of which, have you met Briar and Hazel? Briar and Hazel. Hello. Duncan, hey, killer playing out there. Amanda, yeah, you guys rule. Briar and Hazel, thank you. Amanda, you guys are twins, huh? So which one of you is the evil one? Briar. Hazel. Hazel. Yeah, it's me.
Huh?
Amanda, good looking out. Do you guys ever pretend to be each other? I don't have a twin, but I think if I did, I'd be doing that constantly. Briar. Yeah, I take all for math tests. Hazel. I usually throw rocks at stuff when people get mad. I tell them I'm Briar. Briar. What?
Nice.
Craig, we will talk about this later. Duncan, bro. Just got a couple more things to clean up, then we can hang. Duncan, sounds good. Just then, one of the moms jumps into the conversation. Oh, she's a Janet. Not so fast. We have to celebrate our win, Craig. I'm taking the whole team to get pizza.
Oh, man.
Craig. Oh, I don't know if I can. Janet. Nonsense. The girls won. What sort of celebration could we have without our fearless leader? To quote the Rocky Horror Picture Show, as I've never seen the show itself, the stage show. Damn it, Janet. She lays her hand on his shoulder and gives him goo-goo eyes. Should be hyphenated. I'm going to stop this. There's just some editing issues here. Man, this mom is laying it on thick. Amanda and I share a look. Craig, alright. Alright. Is it cool if my bro comes along? The mom looks slightly put out, but covers it up with a smile. Janet, of course. Amanda, where are we going? Thirsty's Pizza? Janet, what? Amanda, what? There's a real place. Stop QCing the game. Yeah, I think it's a bit late now. I think it's been out a while. An endless stream of girls clad in softball gear pile out of a minivan and into a local pizza buffet, which is actually called Thirsty's Pizza. Amanda and I trail behind them with Craig. Duncan. Reminds me of all the awful pizza we put into our bodies back in the day. Craig. Remember how we used to just fold whole pies in half and then put taco fillings inside? Ari, I'm sorry we've gone to a pizza place on the date you wanted. Duncan. Pitacos. I could never forget. How did we survive college?
Oh.
Craig, our bodies were younger back then, more elastic, more able to handle the toxic waste we put inside of us. Duncan, the good old days. The kids run around playing arcade games and eating greasy food. Amanda and I jump on a couple of slices of mediocre pizza.
Oh.
Craig, hey, give me a pizza that. What a dad joke. Amanda, no, absolutely not. It's okay for Craig, we can deal. He's the ultimate bro. He is the ultimate bro. Oh, River's asleep. Oh, sleepy. Sleepy baby.
Oh.
Craig, I'm just kidding. I'm strictly eating salad here. Duncan, thanks for addressing the issue, Amanda. Amanda, Dad. A different mom walks up to us, talking to Craig as if we weren't even there. Martha, Craig, thank you so much for looking after our kids. My daughter tells me every day about how great you are. Craig, oh, I'm happy to look after them. Definitely helps that I have kids of my own. Martha, yes, it's been so hard since Daniel left. I'm glad to know that my children have a strong male role model in their lives. Amanda and I look at each other again. Craig gets it from all angles, huh? Craig smiles sheepishly. Wait, Ari, hang on. Let's rewind that. Is Craig the ultimate bro, or is Lieutenant Kitsuragi? Stop trying to mac Martha. Craig is ours today. Lady, back off. Hey, chat. Hey, YouTube. I think chat stands Craig. Craig smiles sheepishly. Craig, thank you so much, dude. Craig holds his fist up for a fist bump from the mom, in what I think is a maneuver to lighten the conversation. He looks super uncomfortable. I should throw him a bone here. We're going to smoke screen, Martha. Alright, we're going back to my wingman days. I gotta run the blocking play. Duncan, so Martha, I must get lonely without Daniel. You know, I also happen to be an eligible single father. I waggle my eyebrows at her. Martha, pass. I remember that working better in the past. She turns her back on me to talk to Craig. So I'm taking Hazel and Briar tonight for the sleepover?
Oh.
Craig, yep, they're pretty excited about it. You'll keep them out of trouble, right? Martha, oh, of course. But I could always use help watching after everyone tonight if you're not doing anything. Wow, this lady is really going for the gold.
Hey.
Craig, it'll actually be nice to have a night to myself and River, but thanks for the invite. Martha, you might want to grab your child. She's stuffing pizza into a coin slot. Martha angrily turns her attention towards her daughter. Martha, Tiffany, not another arcade machine. I swear, if we have to buy it... Martha storms off towards her kid. Wow, Martha indeed. Duncan, she seems nice.
Oh.
Craig, yeah, the team is one big, weird family. Takes all sorts, right? Martha, Tiffany, don't eat the tokens.
Oh.
Craig, Tiffany's a... Tiff being bad. Hey, do we need to tell Tiff that she's in this game? Tiffany's a stellar hitter. Whew, I finally think I have the time to talk to Craig now. Duncan, man, you're a busy guy, huh? Craig, only on days like today, I hope. Tiffany's grand plan to open her an arcade. Briar and Hazel, Dad! Craig, hey girls. Briar, Dad, can you help us beat our record on DDR? Hazel, we told Ariana's dad that you could destroy him on the dance mat. Please help.
Oh.
Craig, girls, you know I don't have my dukes anymore. Briar, but Dad... Craig looks at me like a hurt puppy.
I don't know.
Craig, sorry dudes, duty calls. Promise we'll catch up in a bit. Duncan, it's all good, buddy. Craig runs off with his daughters and I'm left alone with mine. Man, I was really hoping to hang out with Craig more today, but it seems like he's getting dragged in every direction. It definitely wasn't like this in college. Duncan, I feel like we might be a third wheel here. Amanda, there's worse places than an arcade to be left to your own devices. Duncan, you're right. Want to drop some coin on pinball? Amanda, you know it. Amanda and I pull up to a machine that's feeling pretty hot and get to work. That's because it's on fire. You might need to contact management. I'm a little rusty, but the pinball wizard within me will never die. I pull out a decent score and then challenge Amanda to top mine. And immediately she gets multi-ball. Looks like she takes after her father. You're pretty good. Amanda, don't patronise me. Duncan, or patronise. Hey, it's just a compliment. Amanda shushes me. She's in her zen zone. Sorry, my finger twitched on the right mouse button and clicked. She fights valiantly, racking up points by the millions. She's this close to beating my score, but I feel honoured just being able to watch. Janet, you're friends with Craig, right? Janet from earlier walks up and leans on the pinball machine. Sup, Blink, how you doing? Duncan, yeah, we went to college together.
Aww.
Amanda, please don't lean on my thing. Janet, that's so interesting. So, do you know if he's, like, available? No. My chat stands him, and they will do everything they can to win his heart. Duncan, I honestly don't know if I could say... Amanda, seriously? You're going to make it tilt? Janet, because it seems like so much work to watch after his kids. Don't you think it'd be great if he... Amanda. Lady, I swear to God. Just terrorizing people in DBD? Hey, that's fair, Blink. That's totally fair. Hope it goes well. Hopefully it's not too much of a salt-generating experience for you. Chat's going to fight Janet. All of a sudden, the buzzer sounds and the game is over. Janet made the pinball machine tilt. Amanda.
What?
You stone harpy. Janet. What?
Dad.
Amanda. I said I have to go over there now and put pizza in my mouth so I don't say anything that'll hurt your feelings. Duncan. Amanda.
Dude!
Craig. Bro! Duncan. What's going on? Craig. Now's the chance. If we don't get out of here now, we're stuck for the rest of the night. I wrangle Amanda and say some quick goodbyes with Craig. We head out of the pizza place. Finally. Amanda promises that she'll keep the couch warm for me and heads home. Time to hang with the bro. Craig. Hope you don't mind me bringing you back here, bro. Duncan. Not at all, dude. It's good to finally get you all to myself for a second. River. Burbs. Well, almost all to myself. Craig. Hold up. Craig walks over to the trunk of his car and pulls out 2 gloves and a softball. Craig. Up for some catch? Duncan. This might be less catch and more you throwing the ball and me running after it, but sure. We stand in the middle of the empty baseball diamond and start... That's not a diamond, it's a square. It's not even a square, it's a weird shape. Start tossing the ball back and forth. Craig, I have a cooler in my car that we could grab, but there's only juice boxes in there. Duncan, man. Fatherhood is strange.
Nice.
Craig, you're telling me. I can't believe I'm looking back at my cake stand Craig days and reminiscing about it. Duncan, those were some good times. I don't know anyone else who could pull off the rare horizontal cake stand. Craig, it was a feat of discipline, bro. Trust me. I haven't properly hung out with Craig in so long. I don't even know where to begin. Ask about the kids. He likes it. Duncan, I can't believe you're a father of 3.
Oh.
Craig, neither can I. You know me. I'm an indecisive person. Duncan, you switched your major 4 times. Craig, yeah, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but raising kids, when Brian and Hazel were born, it all finally made sense. It was like all the time I had spent trying to figure things out led to them. I couldn't be happier about it. It's the wrong lead, by the way. I don't think I've ever cared about anything as much as I care about them. Duncan, I had the exact same feeling when Amanda was born. It was the best thing to ever happen to me. It could be the only thing that ever happened to me, and I would still be proud of the life I lived. Coaching softball. So, is softball coach the life you wanted, or was it the life that was thrust upon you?
Oh.
Craig. Ha! I'll admit that I was hesitant at first. Briar and Hazel had so much energy that we just had to get them into sports, but no one was there to run the team. The more I did it, the more I saw how much it meant to all the girls. I'm worried there'd be a riot if I quit. Duncan. I would also be afraid of a bunch of tiny children with metal bats. Chat, as someone who dates a short person, fear the tiny people of the world. It's amazing how much rage and creativity they can pack into such tiny bodies.
I don't know.
Oh god, she heard me. Craig, they're quick and they work as a team. I've trained them too well. Duncan, they take you down like a pack of velociraptors on a T-Rex. Side note, if you haven't seen the trailer for the new Jurassic World movie, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Although you put a dinosaur in a movie and I'm there for it, so I'm maybe not the best judge. But feathered dinosaurs. Craig. Exactly. Do we ask about the business, chat? I feel like this is probably not the best thing to ask about. Caw! Weldy, drop some more subs. Thank you for those gifted subs, Weldy. Thank you for giving the gift of me. I too am sure by American standards. If you're Rocco or Bunny Couture and you've just got your sub, enjoy it. Work, look, have a great stream, boys. Thank you, Weldy. Thank you very much. Can confirm Dino Nerd was super hyped. Yes, dinosaurs are amazing. Okay. They're pretty cool. Okay. I kind of want to know what he does, but I don't want to annoy Greg. He seems like he's got a lot on his plate right now with the parents. Specifically the single mothers. What's considered short by UK standards? Well, I'm at the bottom end of UK average height for a map at 5'8". Hang on. There's a solution to this. I'm not going to use the walkthrough for all of them, but I'm just curious now, and chat does stand Craig. What must one do to become a VIP in here? Largely just keep turning up, Blink. That's kind of it. Just keep turning up, contribute to this community. I keep forgetting about VIP roles, if I'm being honest. I have like 3 slots left. So this does qualify as a date. Okay, so you can ask him about all 3. So I forced you waiting to VIP here. Ask about the business. So you're in a business now?
Hey!
Great. Yep, we sell fitness gear, imports and exports mostly, but we're coming up with our own line of athleisure wear soon. Is that a word? Be here long enough for the badge to stick. Beware though, once it's on, it never comes off. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. Unless I need to make to VIP more people. I nod. I mostly use my sweatpants for watching TV and not, you know, sweating. Sounds like you'd make a killing. You have mighty need of that diamond. Chat, should I do it? Should I put Blink out of their misery? If you ever need athletic gear, I've got you back. Duncan. Nah, Alex seems going for a bit. Okay, there you go, Blink. There's your answer. Ari wants to see you squirm instead. Duncan, you can sponsor me. I'll rep your athleisure wear brand while I mow my lawn.
Oh.
Craig, that is the glamorous lifestyle we're catering to. Yes. It's nice out here. Quiet. Must be good to get away from the softball moms for a bit, huh?
I don't know.
Craig. Christ, Janet. Also, I think Craig is voiced by Nate Wants to Battle. The YouTuber. Duncan. Yeah, that was a lot. Are they always like that? Craig. Actually, this wasn't nearly as bad. Duncan. Yikes. Craig. I'm just so not interested. Duncan. Well, what are you interested in?
I don't know.
Craig. Peace and quiet. Duncan. That hot silence.
Bro!
Craig. My ultimate sexual fantasy is sleeping in on a Saturday. But more seriously, I just can't get back into dating right now. I couldn't even if I wanted to. There's no time. I think Craig is mute and is voiced by his... No. Let's stay with this. Craig isn't mute and voiced by his infant child. This is a meat suit being puppeted by a super intelligent psychic child. There's no time.
I don't know.
And I feel so uncomfortable trying to introduce a stranger into my girls' lives. They've already been through so much. I can't put them through that. Duncan, buddy, I hear you. You think you're a little mean to Link? That's fair, Ari. That's fair.
Oh.
Craig, so, the moms can hit on me all they want, but the girls are my top priority. Hit soft balls, don't get hit on. You're doing a great job. These kids love you. And to add to that, the whole team loves you. I think you got this dad thing down, alright?
Oh.
Craig, thanks, bro. How are you going to make it up to Link, Harry? Trust you to turn this cute game into horror? Hey, we're here for it. Horror is the one true genre. Craig, that means a lot coming from you. While I'm distracted, I missed the softball and... Ow! I'm just going to see if there was like a better option there. Just out of curiosity, because the hit softballs option was pretty funny. I was tempted by the hit softballs option, if I'm being honest. Oh, actually, he prefers the right person will come along eventually. Interesting. Horror? I call it normality. I feel like my brain damage after that sound. Yeah, that did sound pretty heavy. Hits me right in the head. Wow, that hurts. Amanda was right all along.
Nice.
Craig, sorry, dude. Craig runs over to me. Craig, are you okay? Duncan, yeah, I'm fine. Craig, wait, let me do the dad thing for a second. Craig spends a moment examining my head.
I don't know.
It's worse than I thought. Duncan, don't tell me you have to kiss it to make it better.
Nice.
Craig, you would be so lucky. I mean... Duncan, I feel like I've earned it at this point. Waiting all day to hang out with you.
Oh.
Craig, well... Craig leans in and kisses my forehead. Walk it off, champ. Are the lights on this softball field really hot, or is that just me? I get up and dust myself off. River yawns.
Oh.
Craig, hey little buddy, you must be getting tired, huh? I hate to say it, but I should probably head out. Sorry things are so. You get older and life just kind of gets in the way, huh? Oh shit, it's happening. Hashtag dreams dashed. We got a boo-boo kiss from Craig. We did get a boo-boo kiss from Craig Harry. Next up, it's the dad thumb. Hey, Blink. Blink, do you have however many channel points is required for I'm feeling down? We start walking back to the parking lot. Duncan, hey, remember that one house party we went to that got broken up by a helicopter?
Hey!
Craig, how could I forget? You and me hopped over a concrete wall to get away. Duncan, but the other side of the fence was a parking lot where a bunch of cops were parked.
Oh.
Craig, oh man, yeah. Hang on, something important has to happen. I'm going to save the game because it picks up on typing. I think I may have helped pick you up, Blue Link. Craig, oh man, yeah, could you imagine the look on our faces? Duncan, we just walked straight past them, like we were out for a stroll. Craig, and not knowing that we were at the party, they started joking with us about how big of a bust it was. Duncan, we had to talk with them for 30 minutes. You told them you were interested in joining the academy.
Bro!
Craig, and then they started giving me pointers for the exam. Longest 30 minutes of my life. It's just that simple, Blink. I'm a pushover, really. I'm a big softie. Duncan, man, college.
Huh?
Craig, good old days, right? We get back to our cars. Craig pulls me into a hug, or at least as much as we can manage with the baby between us.
Hmm?
Craig, never enough time, huh? Duncan, guess not.
Oh.
Craig, let me make it up to you. Let's hang soon, yeah? Duncan, I'd like that. I yawn as I walk through the door, spotting Amanda hunched over her collage, glue stick in hand. Duncan, burning the midnight art oil, or the midnight oil as I nearly said. Amanda, figured I might do something productive between episodes of Shark Hunter lip sync battles. Duncan, did the Sharps lip sync, or did the Shark Hunters lip sync?
Huh.
Amanda, yes. I look over her shoulder at the collage. Duncan, Amanda, this is some good art. Look at this good art you made.
Huh.
You can manage a lot with a baby between you, trust me, I know. Oh, well, I can imagine. They squish, right? They're pretty pliable. Amanda, thanks, I'm just about done. Like before, it's still a lot of dogs. In one corner is a giant pile of cash. In the other, it's... Duncan, Amanda? Is that me? I feel midnight is my soul.
Hmm?
Thanks, babe. I'm glad I get you on a deep spiritual level. Amanda, yep, the whole thing's about my goals for the future, and those are basically just to sit on a giant pile of money with 20 dogs, and also a strong and mutually supportive relationship with my father into adulthood. Duncan, oh, now you've done it. Get ready to watch your dad cry. Here it comes. It's happening.
Ah.
Amanda, oh, Dad. Duncan, you did this with your good art. She pats me on the back.
Hmm?
Amanda, hey, how was your hang with Craig? I wipe a tear from my eye. Duncan, it was good. That Craig guy sure is busy. Amanda, yeah, dude. The softball life isn't for quitters. Duncan, also, I'm very proud of you for facing your fears today. How does it feel? Amanda, I'm on top of the world, Pops. I should start facing my fears more often. Duncan, oh yeah? How about tomorrow we hit some empty parking lots and practice, dare I say, parallel parking.
Ah.
It was good. I only got hit in the head once. You're right, babe. You're right. Amanda, baby steps, Dad. I work my way up to it. See, the trick here is get us. I don't know if you have these in the States, but certainly in the UK and I believe Europe, there's a car called a smart car. It's made by Mercedes, and it's actually short enough that you can park sideways in parking bays, and it fits within the lines. For people who aren't very good at parallel parking, you pull up to the curb rather than parallel to it. Alright, I'm going to hit the hay. Take care of late night television for me, alright? Amanda, I'll let them know you said hey. You've got dads. What's my ranking? Mandels and Dude.
Man, that was amazing.
S, rank
It's
the...
like back in college. I've missed you, dude.
S, rank the Craig date. I've seen smart cars crammed in some incredible places. They're wonderful, aren't they?
Welcome. You've got dads.
Minimal first, I don't believe it. That is a good point. Hello, Amanda's dad. This is from Craig. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Ah, man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still strong. Smart cars look too small for you to test drive. That's fair. Yeah, this is totally not Briar and or Hazel. Strong. Am strong. Ha, don't I know it. So I've been reading about whey protein. You use that at all? I figured it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yeah, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. There is either extreme thirst or no thirst. That's basically his channel, Blink. You weren't here during the heady days when I played Get in the Car Loser. Whoo boy was that thirsty. That thirst will be repeated when a game called Spirit Swap comes out. It's like lo-fi beats to match 3-2 is the subtitle. Oh gosh, RE2 thirst is real. Oh, you're not wrong there. Actually, Village thirst was pretty real as well. Wasn't as, like, obvious. Sometimes even Witcher. Just need one with a sunroof. Open that up and you're fine. Oh, we'll go back to the smart car conversation. This is just a thirsty stream. I encourage people to be in touch with their... Like, most people experience sexual attraction. Embrace it. Not to me, obviously, but... fictional characters in video games. But I think the game Professor Donkeyman was looking fine with that goatee. I mean, I remade him Ari, so the thirst can continue. Cool, I'd love to come out let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. Attend that party. The thirst lives on. Try not to make assumptions about people. True that. Coffee time. You know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Amanda, Dad, ready for today? Duncan, I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gotta tackle it head on. Amanda, no, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Duncan, honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. Amanda, they're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over and you don't even read them. Tom Clancy, average spy author, I guess. Thriller author. Blink, I ask why all of you cool people hang out here all the time. To myself. I don't vocalize it because people might realize what a con this channel is and leave, but still. Amanda, wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Duncan. Nope, I don't remember that. Amanda, Craig's kids, that hand-drawn invitation.
Ugh.
Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper involving inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. Duncan, they spelled cordially wrong. Amanda, just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. Duncan, I can go outside in sweatpants, nothing's stopping me. Amanda, Dad, just... see you in a minute. Book stacks aren't a problem, are they, babe? You stack books when you don't have enough shelf space. That's it. We're going to put on going outside pants. Briar, hello, and thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best bow and present my daughter, who thanks them with a curtsy. Hazel, this way, please. It's Matt and Commencita. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter Commencita are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Matt, hey dude. Duncan, how's the tea?
Oh.
Matt, the imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Thanks, Matt. Now I would like some lemongrass and ginger tea, because my throat is very sore. Or it's getting a bit scratchy, let's say. Looks around the room. I'm just going to move you things. Oh, babe, you don't have to. I knew what I was getting into when we started dating. Duncan. Hello, Commencita. Commencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. It's Man. My name is Mr. Man, unironically. Briar, please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. Duncan. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair.
Hey.
Daisy. Hi, everyone.
Oh.
I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter into the backyard and take a seat next to us. Brian, sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. See, Amanda? Amanda gives me a knowing look and I return an obliging wink. She rolls her eyes. Duncan, is that really something your daughter had to pressure you into, Brian? I give Amanda another, even more exaggerated wink. She rolls her eyes even harder. Briar, thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Duncan, actually, it's a common misconception that high tea was appreciated by nobles. We learned about this from Damien. Amanda, Dad, shut up. Briar, now if you'll all put on your designated tiaras. There are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Hazel, oh, we ran out of tiaras. Brian, I don't think this is going to fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Daisy, Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it. Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. Brian, I'll get that later. Craig, hey everybody. Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies. Brian, Dad, is the tea ready?
Huh?
Craig, yeah, it's been steeping for a while now. Hazel, awesome.
Oh.
Craig, would you girls like to serve your guests tea? Hazel, no thank you, we'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. Craig, that's me. Craig places teacups... Craig, I would not have guessed. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I clink my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Hey, do plastic cups clink?
Hey.
Matt, good lemonade. Briar, it's tea.
Oh.
Matt, right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her pee. Duncan, so, what do we do at tea parties? Amanda, we enjoy the splendours of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Amanda, marvellous. Briar, so the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Amanda, hear, hear. Hazel, but I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I have like a really cool sword. Amanda, can I be a space princess? Hazel, I'll allow it. Daisy, and I'll be rockstar princess. Composita, I'm also a space princess. Hazel, can there be more than one? Amanda, space is pretty big, don't you think? Daisy, I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess too. Amanda, Dad, what are you? Duncan, do I get to be a princess? Briar, duh. Duncan, well, I guess that makes me. For the sake of, what was it, Paranormal Investigations, Ice Road Truckers, or whatever the show was called, we're going to be a History Channel princess. Good morning, Des. How are you doing? I am ruler of all I survey, and what I survey is a 10-hour marathon of cupcake storage wars. Craig, I don't think I've seen that one. Duncan, a squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units, and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit. You know, that doesn't seem good. I'm doing okay, Des. How are you doing? Oh. Periodic check. The house is not falling to pieces. Moving slow this morning, but making it. Well, hopefully we can help cheer you up, or help you move faster, I should say, with some Dream Daddy. For those who weren't here at the start of the stream, you can date all of the dads twice before you get locked in, so that's what we're going to do. Craig, that sounds terrible. Duncan, oh. It is. Brian, I think I'll be landscaper and general contracting princess.
Hey.
Matt, barista princess reporting for duty.
Nice.
Craig, hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. Craig, that's fair. You think you'd have noticed? You know what, that's fair, babe. I think you would have done. I think I would probably have heard it as well, in all fairness. Briar, not now, servant. Craig, if it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rockstar warrior princesses. I think. Duncan, they grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Craig, did she make you a servant too? Duncan, you betcha. Matt, Composita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop.
Oh.
Craig, pitfall? Your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice. Ooh, gosh, hibiscus tea does sound great.
Oh.
Matt, oh, thanks.
Hey.
Ryan, it's really nice the girls are getting along. Duncan, yeah. I'm really glad we moved into this community.
Hey, dude.
Matt, we are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know? I hadn't even realised, and I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighbourhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so Proud of her. You better not proud Dad cry at this tea party, Duncan. Duncan, I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. I was just thinking Amanda is very nice to the younger girls. She is, isn't she? I think this is the perfect bomb after the grimness of Disco Elysium. The day rolls on and the girls all get tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. Sort past the tissues. Those darn ninjas are chopping onions again. Next up, the girls are forming a death metal band. I wouldn't put it past them. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Common to fall asleep on their dad's shoulders. Some saccharinely sweet dream, Daddy. Heck yeah. Craig, take care, guys. Briar and Hazel, thanks for coming. Briar, bye, History Channel princess. Starring extra hot dad Craig. But Damien, though. Duncan, you want dinner?
Ah.
Amanda, nah, I filled up on cookies. Duncan, me too. I'm tired. Amanda, dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. Amanda, I run D&D for children. I know, well, they're now. At least one of them's a 13-year-old, so I know that feel. Amanda, but in a good way, but also in kind of scary way. Just have to come to terms with different tastes in membubs. Hey, that's fair. Like, I'm not saying Craig isn't hot, but Damien is the extra hot dad here. One child does that. I'll take your word for it on Stebadeus. Or Weldy, if Weldy was here still. Duncan, how so? Amanda, I feel like I gotta be on my best behaviour for them. I don't want to let them down. Duncan, is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? Amanda, I corrupted her, Dad. She second-hand smokes now. Duncan, well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they have you as a role model. Amanda, shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair. Record scratch. Minimize eating fried foods, candies.
Welcome.
Candies and
You've
sweets.
got dads.
Okay, chat. Who'd you fancy going on a fake date, on an air quotes date? I'm blurry. I'm blurry. Nope, that's the wrong one. Who'd you fancy going on a fake date with? It can't be Craig or Damien. I could just go along them in order. Anyone but Joseph or Robert? Well, okay, we'll do Matt. We'll go in the order of Matt, Hugo, Brian, Joseph, Robert. So it's kind of like a patterny thing. Message, Matt. Be generous and kind to everyone. Hey, that's the message of my stream. Sorry, I'm just checking my email. Navigate to Matt's dad book page and type out a message. Hey man, great getting to see you at the barbecue. We should definitely hang soon. You free later? A minute or two later I hear a ding and see Matt's response. Hey dude, I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Sound Garden. Wanna come out? I think for a moment. What's a Sound Garden? It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches. Oh man, I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. PUP is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop-punk rock band out of Canada. Should be a fun one. I didn't know you were allowed to string that many words together to describe a band. Whatever, let's get out of our comfort zone. If there was a third message there, I did not click through it, I promise. I log off of Dadbook and think for a second. Wait. When was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally travel back decades through memories of denim jean jackets and moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. If anyone's curious, the last concert I went to was a Linkin Park concert for the last album they released. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Hunting Party. It was the one before. Oh, Minutes to Midnight, I think? Oh god, I had a mullet back then. Oh god, I thought it was cool. Oh god, other people thought it was cool. Hey, mullet competitions still exist today, Duncan. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock I used to listen to and mentally envision all of the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. Man, how did anyone survive the 80s? I saw Tool right before the Panini, they were awesome. You know, I don't think I've ever listened to Tool. Okay, so I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do you even do at concerts now? It's the first concert I've gone to I wasn't performing in. Hey, that's pretty hype. Spend most of the day pacing around. Oh, right, you sing. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? And then realised you have a very good singing voice. Maybe you do all the things as well, but you have a good singing voice. I spend most of the day pacing around the house and thinking about my relationship with coolness. I mean, I always thought I was cool, at least relative to a bunch of other dads my age. Amanda, Dad, what are you doing? I look over and see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school. Amanda. Anyway, what's up? Duncan. Amanda? How do I cool? Amanda, let me put a pot of coffee first. It's going to be a long night. Duncan, no, seriously. Matt invited me to a concert, and I don't think I've been to one since you were born.
Ugh.
Amanda, yeah, you have. You took me to one when I was 12, remember? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of his sea of screaming preteens. Oh. Oh, God. I tried so hard to forget. Duncan, the one where I had to camp out with you in line so that you could get a good spot, and you cried and screamed the whole time? Amanda, Dad, it was so much more than that, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Duncan, oh, you're not ashamed? You seemed pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your trapper keeper. What the heck is a trapper keeper? Amanda, yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot. You'll fit right in. Duncan, well, it's at a smaller place. I think Matt mentioned they're a punk band? Amanda, like DIY gutter punk, thrash, straight edge? Come on, Dad, give me something to work with here. Oh, are they post-punk, proto-punk, C-punk, Jeremy punk? Duncan, what's Jeremy punk? Amanda, I made that one up to see if I could get away with it.
Oh.
They're not positive hardcore, are they? Duncan, he said that they're Canadian punk? Amanda, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Duncan, does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? I don't see friendship and politeness as core tenets of the punk scene. Actually, Duncan, you would be surprised. Amanda, well, punk is kind of a big genre that might not be as dangerous as you think it is. It became so much more than just counterculture rebellion. What I'm trying to say is, just enjoy the music. Duncan. That's it. Amanda, I mean, yeah. It's not like you're going to jump into the mosh pit or anything. Duncan, well, that's comforting. Amanda, and if a strange dude in a Set Your Goals hoodie offers to buy you merch, don't accept it, and definitely don't go on 3 awful dates with him afterwards where he takes you to a nice restaurant and then forgets his wallet literally 3 times in a row. Duncan, what? Amanda, never mind. Just have a blast tonight. I show up to the Coffee Spoon at 8 in what I hope is concert-appropriate attire. I see Matt out front locking the door to the shop.
Hey.
Matt, hey, you made it. Ready for tonight? Let's be honest. Well, it's been a while. Oh man, I gotta admit, I haven't been to a real concert since Pet Rocks were cool. I have no idea what I'm in for. I sense protective dad trying to surface. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Matt, did your daughter make you take her to one of those boy band concerts where everybody holds signs and scream cries? Duncan. Yep.
Oh.
Matt, I got 2 lined up next month. I still can't get the glitter out of my car from the last one. Duncan. Stay strong.
Oh.
Matt, but dude, I get to take you to your first concert in a long time. This is going to be awesome. Just hang with me, Duncan, and you'll be good. The scene is super supportive. It'll be a blast. Duncan, quick question.
Hey.
Matt, shoot. Duncan, what is scene? Matt lets out a tiny laugh.
Oh.
Matt, sorry. It's just weird because scene can describe a music scene as it pertains to a community of people who likes the same genre, but can also describe a genre of music no one wants to admit they were into. Chat, were any of you scene kids? Or teens? Matt looks off into middle distance. He says nothing, but I can tell he's thinking, never again. Duncan, that's confusing.
Hey.
Matt, you'll get it. The important thing tonight is that you enjoy yourself. Come on, let's head to the show. After waiting in a short line to get in, we finally find ourselves in a small venue with a stage at one end and a bar at the other. Most people here are closer to Amanda's age than mine. I suddenly feel very out of place. My waning youth is showing. I am suddenly aware of my mortality. When, with the good years of my life, will Amanda still love me as we both grow older? Wait. Is sea-punk actually a genre? I mean, it should be. If anyone's into shanties, by the way, a band called Abney Park recorded an album of techno shanty rearrangements, and it's pretty good. It's just called Techno Shanties. It's one of the screaming preteens Duncan is trying to forget. Des, at least you have that level of self-awareness. That's more than some people have. Matt, you made it.
Wait.
A younger kid runs up and high-fives Matt. The kid runs off and Matt turns to me, shuddering. I get nervous when people surprise high-five me. Me too, Matt. Me too. Duncan, me too.
Hey.
Matt, I'm like a small animal. Loud noises and large groups of animal frighten me. I'm Matt. No, I'm not. I'm not that cool. Duncan, do you also enjoy curling up in a patch of sunlight to take a nap?
Hey.
Matt, that's my favourite thing to do. A couple other people notice the Matts in the crowd and yell hey as well.
Hey.
Matt waves and hugs a couple people. He seems really in his element here.
Hey.
Matt turns his attention back to me. I'm so afraid of all these people. Oh. Let's go grab a beer. Matt and I line up at the bar in the back where a couple of the older concert goers hang out. A couple more people notice Matt and tip their drinks at him.
Hey.
Duncan, seems like you're a popular guy out here.
Oh.
Matt, yeah. I go to a lot of shows. This is a really cool spot.
Hey.
But it's times like these where I realise I can only be charming and funny for about 5 minutes before I run out of stuff to talk about. That's this stream.
Oh.
And then I become keenly aware of where my hands are. And that there's no comfortable place in your mouth for your tongue to rest. Now, chat, that's a fact I've been aware of for some time. Now you too are aware of it. Enjoy the hidden knowledge. Duncan. God damn it, where do I put my tongue?
Oh.
Matt, see? Duncan, well, I've known you for more than 5 minutes and I still think you're charming and funny. Matt, just you wait.
Hey.
We grab our drinks. Duncan, this scene seems really friendly. I don't know why people wouldn't want to admit they listen to it. Matt, let's check out the merch.
Hey, yeah.
That's a look, and I'm kind of here for it. Matt and I walk over to a small booth in the corner of the room where a crusty-looking teenager guards a selection of shirts and records. We're all screwed the rest of our day trying to figure this out. Oh yeah, chat. If anyone in chat does discover a comfortable place in their mouth for the tongue, please let me know. He singles me out from across the room and hops up on his chair. Huh? Step on up, get your merch here. I got t-shirts, I got tank tops, I got all the gifts and accoutrement a discerning concertgoer of considerable taste might want. You! I gesture to myself, my face flushing red. Yes, you. Sorry, huh? Yes, you! You look like a fella who knows their music. How's about a fine 12-inch long-playing vinyl record made and distributed by PUP, Canada's premier punk rock outfit? You will never forget, should you have kids, you will constantly be reminded of your youthful indiscretion. Amnesia is preferable. Please stop yelling at me. I'm already kind of on edge because this is an unfamiliar place and I don't know anybody here. And I would appreciate it if you could stop singling me out. I'm sure you're cool, but it's making me a little uncomfortable. The kid immediately hops down off the chair. Huh? You got it? Sorry about that. I just get really excited about salesmanship. Duncan. Oh, he liked it. I can't relate, but I appreciate your enthusiasm nonetheless. You actually don't have the tongue problem? Oh, look at you with your tongue fitting in your mouth properly. Matt, hey Pablo. Pablo, your friend looked lost, so I figured I'd give him the old razzle-dazzle. How the hell are you, Matt?
Yeah, sounds great.
Amnesia is my only option. Must figure out how to achieve this. Des, if Disco Elysium has taught me anything, drugs and alcohol. You might wipe out all of your memory, but it does get rid of the problematic bit. Matt, day by day, my man. They do that thing where they high-five but also turn it into a hug.
Hey.
Matt, your mom doing better? Pablo, she's still single. If you want to be my dad, I can make that connect. Matt, and have to deal with you every single day? As a therapist, I must warn you that drugs and alcohol are bad, okay? Yeah, chat, don't listen to me, listen to Ari. Ari knows what's up. Let's not forget joyriding in a police carriage. Is it joyriding if it's your own car? Yeah, I'm a font of terrible life advice. Don't listen to anything I say. What about this face makes you think, yes, that person knows what they're about? Pablo, fair enough. Who's your bud?
Hey, yeah.
Matt. That's Duncan. Thought I'd bring out a concert, pal. Pablo leans close to Matt. Pablo. Is Duncan cool? Matt eyes me. I eye him back. He cracks a smile.
Hey.
Matt, yeah. Pablo brings me in for a bro hug. Pablo, my dude. I'm not sure what to say, but give the courtesy 2 pats on the back, as is customary in our society for people you don't know super well but still want to be friendly to. Bob's face is the face of PSAs for the next 2 decades. You really think Twitch is going to last that long?
Hey.
And I'm going to be around on Twitch for that long? I'll be in my 50s by that point. Matt, Pablo's a total card. Kid plays the hell out of the bass. Pablo, yeah, man. When are we starting a witch house band?
Hey.
Matt, you know I'm out of the game. Pablo, it's a shame. You know, Vacant Veil would have slayed. Matt, it'll slay once you actually start actually making music instead of just printing a bunch of band shirts. Pablo, we got the sickest logo. While Matt and Pablo talk, I check out the merch. The shirts are really nice.
Hey.
Matt, looks like the opener's coming on. Let's get a spot up close.
Hey.
Matt and I walk over to the stage where a crowd begins to form. The band walks on stage and picks up a variety of strange instruments. Is that a harpsichord? Then you get to ride the Gaming Elder bandwagon. You got this. Thanks, Des. This would be the dream. I love building communities. The lead singer addresses the crowd. He has a mandolin slung behind his back. Lead singer, hey, what's up, everybody? We're Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. My name's Daniel. So who's Jonathan Jones? Let's start the show. Matt, oh no, these guys. Duncan, what? Without time to respond.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The band starts playing the most cacophonous noise I've ever heard. Duncan, what is this? It's not a TPK in the books. Blink, were you in the TPK or did you cause the TPK? Matt doesn't say anything. He just hands me earplugs. Thanks. I put the earplugs in, and whatever the hell is assaulting my ears gets a lot quieter. For a band this bad, they sure do seem to be having fun. I guess that's what really matters.
Hey, dude.
Jesus, did that cellist just break his bow in half? I don't get this. The set seems to go on caused evil laugh. Seems to go on forever. There's no breaks in the songs, and I think one of the band members' jobs is specifically just to burn poetry on stage. I turn to Matt and try to start a conversation. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? Matt, what? Ask again. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? Matt, what? Ask again. He liked it. Matt, haha, yeah.
Oh.
Matt turns back his attention to the show. He can't hear me, so I just stop and try to enjoy the music. No, the cellist did not break their bow because those things are expensive. You would know, babe. Also, I wonder if this is where music would be playing, but I've got streamer mode turned on. Okay, no, this is impossible. How long have they been playing the same song? 10 minutes? 20? A year? Eventually, the set ends, but only after the drummer sprains his ankle during his saxophone solo. They promised it was part of the act as he was carried off stage, crying. Matt and I both pull our earplugs out.
Oh.
Matt, man, that was something. I promise PUP is much better. Duncan, I just have a lot of questions that I know I'll never get the answer to.
Hey.
Matt, oh yeah, he sprains his ankle at every show. They were being real about that. Duncan.
Oh.
Matt, let's grab another beer. Matt and I work our way out of the crowd and back to the bar. More and more people file into the concert space as it gets closer to the main act. It's getting kind of crowded in here. We grab our beers and I try to follow Matt back to our spot, but there are so many people that I'm having a hard time keeping up. As I work my way through the throngs of excited concert goers, I realise I've lost Matt entirely. I stop and look around, seeing nothing but a sea of hip 20-somethings. I'm lost. How am I ever going to find Matt here? Where's the exit? Are there even exits? What if I'm trapped in this building forever? Am I going to see my daughter ever again? What if that terrible band gets back on stage? What if... Suddenly, a hand reaches out to grab me. It's Matt!
Hey,
Matt, almost lost you, buddy. Duncan, whew! I got really nervous for a second there.
hey.
Matt, you and me both, dude. He takes my hand and leads me back toward the stage. I can feel myself blushing a little. We finally settle back into our spot and wait for the band to start. Busy place, huh?
Hey.
Matt, yeah, PUP really brings out a crowd. Duncan, so you go to concerts a lot? Ooh, Des is streaming Andromeda. How are you finding Andromeda the second time around, Des? Angel and I have come to the conclusion that her sexuality is Turian. So you go to concerts a lot?
Hey.
Matt, oh yeah, it's one of my absolute favourite things in the world. I think it's one thing to listen to music and connect with it, but when you're in a room full of people connecting with the music just the same way that you are, that's magic. I suddenly have the urge to pee. Curse this tiny dad bladder, or the dada, I guess. Duncan, I've never heard it put that way. That's really beautiful. Also, I have to pee.
Yeah, sounds great.
Sounds great. Matt, hurry up, man, they're about to go on. It's not your fault they're all sexy. I squeezed my way out of the crowd toward the restroom. I really should have gone before I left the house, but Amanda was watching beauty videos in the bathroom. She had an eyeliner wing going halfway across her face, which was actually a pretty good look. I'm so proud of her. I make it to the restroom finally, but it's one of those single-person restrooms with a line forming outside of it. As soon as I finish my business, the band starts. Crap. No. P. You just did it. The people that were initially milling around the venue all crowd up against the stage as PUP plays their first song. How am I ever going to find Matt now? Since last year we got for the first time and enjoy it. Don't blame me, Tyrion, Strel, take either, it's those voices. Oh, everyone's... Oh, minigame, I guess. Why'd you leave off Quarians, Des? Why'd you leave off Quarians? Everyone's rushing to the main stage to watch PUP play. I'm sure Matt will be up there too. Got to get there without being trampled by those rowdy youths. Oh, okay. So you can step off of the...
This is the part of the game where you should have been hearing a licensed tune. We worked really hard to lock it down for you. We even got permission to whitelist the song for YouTube and Twitch. But their systems are seriously broken. Ah, what a bitch. So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID?
It is.
To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP. DVP.
I'm trapped. Oh no, the youths, they've trapped me.
That's right, the band's called Pup and their song called DVP. The song is great and the video is tight, yes, take it from me.
I'm getting bitch slapped by punks.
Footage of NES and SNES games with the lyrics added into them. It's really cool, but it's kind of hard to explain right now, but you'll get it, I promise. You should really go check it out.
Sorry,
It's a really good video.
I'm just focusing on the minigame.
So we added the song that you're listening to
I think
right
it's
now.
looping. Oh no,
Don't
there's a
you
time.
think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP.
I survived!
DVP. But really,
Yes!
content ID demands a serious convo.
It really
But is
does.
this the time or place to talk about it? Oh no. This is a dating sim about getting with dads, no less. Oh god, how did we get here? What are we doing? What a mess. What a mess. So we added the song that you're listening to right now.
I wonder how long this song goes on for.
Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pop and their song DVP.
So current level 2, not as much as terms of address. Yours told to the person who the most boring remix options. Are there any boring remix options? Are you falling into the trap of calling Caden boring? I don't know why this game is so great, Ari, but it's pretty good. I'm just curious how long the song goes on for.
So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree.
I don't think it's boring either.
Please check out the band called Pop and their song DVP. DVP.
Cool, Caden booty emote. DVP. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, I get why some people say he is, but I don't personally think he's that boring. Finally able to work my way through the crowd to where Matt originally was, but he's nowhere to be found. Shoot, well, I guess I should keep look. I'm bumped into from behind, and I find myself in the middle of a bunch of youths running around in a circle to the music. I'm in the pit. How do I get out of the pit? Out of nowhere, a youth shoulders himself into me and keeps moving in a circle. Duncan, hey! I guess I'm moving in the circle now. I guess I'm one with the circle now. I frantically search for a way out, but all I can see is an ocean of youths rhythmically slamming into each other. Another youth slams into me and I lose my balance. I'm about to topple over. This is it. This is how I die. Trampled under the boots of counterculture. Someone grabs my hand. Someone familiar. I look up and see Matt. He pulls me back up onto my feet.
Hey.
Matt, you're wild, dude. Matt throws his arm around me and we jump back into the circle, bashing into youths left and right as, I guess it's pronounced pup, plays the killer solo. Matt, I didn't know you messed with the pit.
Oh.
Duncan, me neither. I can't believe this. I'm having fun. I'm a little mad that I didn't stretch before physical activity, but I'm having fun. The song ends and the pit finally dissipates. Everybody cheers on Pup. Go back to the Mass Effect thing. This is... I can understand why they didn't do it, but let us romance Kasumi Goto, you cowards. Maybe I only got enough pit energy for one song. Matt. Alright, man, let's retreat. We'll show these kids how it's done another day.
Hey.
We work our way back to a more comfortable spot in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the show from a safe distance. Pup put on an amazing set and basically had to beg themselves off stage after their encore. With the concert over, the crowd starts making their way to the exit. Yes, everyone should love Kasumi. You know who loves Kasumi? Kenji. I made it dark. I'm sorry. Hey, friendly goblin. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Matt, hey, I'll meet you outside. Gotta say bye to a couple people. I hang outside of the venue until Matt finally shows up. Matt, hey man, thanks for waiting. I got you a present. Matt hands me the t-shirt I was looking at earlier. Duncan, whoa, thanks man.
Hey.
Matt, saw you eyeballing it back at the merch booth.
Hey.
And I mean, anyone who tears it up that hard on their first time back to a concert deserves a reward. I'm never taking this off. I will continually wear it until it is tattered and a little smelly so that I can truly embody punk fashion. Huh? Hey, Matt. Matt. Hey, it's Pup. Okay, they're just in the game, I guess. Pup. Hey, dude. Didn't realize you were here.
Oh.
Matt, I'm so glad I could make it. You guys put on a great show. Pup. Thanks.
Hey.
All four of them at the same time. Well, see you around. Duncan. Wait. You know Pup. Kasumi's great. Now if the best race, the Reapers are any more approachable. No, they're really approachable. They just want to give you a hug. Like a really long hug. That's their whole shtick.
Hey.
Matt, oh yeah. Met them a couple of times when they first started touring. Good kids. Dang, those dang unapproachable Reapers. You know who's more unapproachable than the Reapers? The Rachni. Great singing voices. Such good singing voices. Duncan, whoa.
Hey!
Matt, come on. Let's grab some dino food. I suddenly realised just how hungry I am. Man, mosh pits take a lot out of you. Hey, do you want some mosh potato? Finger guns. Matt and I walk to a tiny little diner with a cute neon sign. We tear into some bacon and eggs in the corner booth.
Hey!
Matt, so there I am, in the pit, trying to explain to the face tattoo guy that I didn't mean to elbow him in the face tattoo, but he's already seeing red. Not from that tattoo, which coincidentally was red. He's lumbering toward me and there's nowhere to go. It's the end for me, right? Then out of nowhere I get this idea. I just lean back and spread my arms, and just like that, I'm crowd surfing away from him in slow motion. You should have seen the look on his face.
Hey!
Bought him a beer afterward, and we're cool. We still follow each other on social media. He has beautiful kids. Duncan, glad you guys worked it out.
Oh.
Matt, yeah man, just goes to show you that Punk's not dead. It just drives a minivan and has to hire a babysitter. That team handed you a TPK on a silver platter? Some pub teams do. I've managed a TPK once in Dead by Daylight, and it was like my second ever game. Duncan, so how did you get to see all of those amazing concerts?
Oh.
Matt, oh, I used to tour in a band. We were small, but it got us to travel all around the States. Duncan, whoa!
Oh.
Matt, yeah, I mean, we were poor and we had to scrape a lot together just to survive, but I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything.
Hey!
Matt, but yeah, that's how I know a bunch of those people at the show. Music like this builds an amazing community, especially in a town like this. Just a lot of positive energy and good vibes. Duncan, I got that feeling. Plenty of friendly people, especially that Pablo kid.
Hey!
Matt, oh man, everybody loves Pablo. His mom's been raising him on her own, and you can tell it's been tough on both of them. I know he looks up to me, so I try to help him out whenever I can. I love people who seem terrifying and are actually softies. You mean like Adam? Duncan, that's really nice of you.
Hey!
Like Fat Chance and Fosky. Matt, thanks. Us single parents just really have to look out for each other. Duncan, how's Comensita? Matt, she says she wants to learn the drums. Duncan, oh boy.
Hey!
Matt, it'll be loud, and I'll need to take a lot of aspirin, but I'll manage. Can't really blame her. I'm suddenly very grateful that all my daughter's hobbies are super quiet. Photography, collaging, whatever it is that she does on the internet. Thanks, Amanda. For context, chat, Fat Chance, the mod who gifted me Disco Elysium, he's over 6 feet tall and quite well built. And yeah, Angel is a short person. But he's just such a nice guy. Matt, I'm trying to be supportive of Comensita's rebellious phase, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it, doesn't it? Duncan, I think it would be a good daddy-daughter activity to find something to rebel against together.
Hey!
Matt, like what? This seems like the kind of thing Matt could get behind. Big budget remakes of foreign films. Reading subtitles isn't even that hard. I think we just have to strive as a society to be okay with reading subtitles. Which is an accessibility issue in and of itself. He and I laugh. We keep digging into our big plates of greasy diner food. The breakfast I ordered for dinner is absolutely hitting the spot. Oh man, breakfast for dinner is the best.
Oh.
Matt, man,
Oh.
being a single dad is rough sometimes. It's a lonely feeling. Duncan, I understand that all too well. I mean, at least we have the rest of the dads to talk to.
Hey!
Matt, yeah. I don't know. I get really nervous sometimes talking to people. Matt gets nervous talking to people, but he's so cool. Okay, I'm going to level with you, chat. I run a game of Monster Hearts for some friends. And we were talking about different role-playing systems and like different characteristics and different role-playing systems. And one of my friends said, "Look at Bubbles. Look at Ryan. You can have extremely high charisma and still be socially awkward." And it kind of... I felt personally attacked because I resembled that remark. She's not the first person that says that I'm charismatic. I personally don't see it. But hey, I'm also really nervous talking to people. Streaming is a very nerve-wracking activity for me. But he's so cool. Duncan, me too. I've never really considered myself an extrovert and never really considered myself an introvert. I'm just a vert. Sorry, I'm just uncomfortable in every situation always. Quick look, gotta run to the liquor store so I could day drink with Bubs. Yes! I support day drinking. Maybe, in certain circumstances.
Hey.
Matt, you're fine. You're actually really easy to talk to, you know that? I smile. Matt and I spend the rest of the night trading daughter stories. Turns out our kids are a lot alike. We finish up our late night dinners and head out. We walk back to the cul-de-sac, back to our respective houses.
Hey.
Matt, tonight was a blast, man. Duncan, loved it. Although I'm probably going to feel it in my knees in the morning. Matt, you and me both. I, don't usually like going to these things alone. It was really cool to have you there with me. Duncan, I'm glad.
Hey, yeah.
Matt, alright, I'm calling it quits for the night. Stay cool, man. He called me cool. Matt called me cool. Guess that means we're cool now. I walk into the house with my heart in my throat. Amanda pops her head out from her room. Amanda, hey Pops, how's the show? Duncan, Matt thinks I'm cool. Amanda, you don't say. Duncan, Amanda Panda. Matt thinks I'm cool. Amanda, blind leading the blind, huh? Wow, I just got dunked on by my own child. Unbelievable. Duncan, hey Amanda, remind me, which one of us just tore it up in the pit at a punk show, and which one of us just spent 4 hours probably watching Tiny House Hunting Amish Triplets Extreme Edition? Amanda, first of all, how dare you? That show is a classic. Second of all, you moshed in the pit? Who even are you? Duncan, I am your extremely cool dad. Amanda, alright, I'm hitting the hay pops. I'll see you in the morning. Duncan, night kiddo. Liquor before beef, you're in the clear, apparently. Whatever that means. Give me that date ranking. Ah, it's only an A rank.
Hell of a date.
Welcome. You've got dads.
From Dadmazon. Hey, hi, this is Stephen from Dadmazon. I'm out front with your delivery. Oh, okay, yes, I'll be right down. Wait, no, sorry, I need to put on pants first. Can't find my pants when I'm wrapped from waist down in a duvet. Are you cool with that? I can come back tomorrow. No, wait, I'll be right down. I've had some sensible capris. Put on pants. Says the person reminding us drugs and alcohol require responsible behavior. I'm probably going to take my wellness break. Right now. So there's the chatting for you, chat. I'll let the music play in the background because it's pretty hype. Stretch, hydrate, all of that good stuff. I'm going to go downstairs and give my partner a kiss. Shoot, I've ruined the surprise. Now she'll be expecting it. I'll see you in a couple of moments, chat. Boy, was I surprised. Turns out Angel was upstairs all along. I have egg on my face. I'm just checking my emails. Storm damage is no laughing matter. And we're trying to preempt it from getting worse. Okay, how do I turn the pride thing off? Like that. I'm back. I'm blurry. Wonderful. Let's fix that before going back to the game. Wonderful. There we go. Back to the game. Oh, I got a package. Wonder what it is. Oh, I bet it's that package of socks I ordered. I open up the box and start pulling the packing peanuts out. Man, these socks reek. Okay, that's definitely not socks. It's... butterflies? Oh boy, I almost don't even want to know what Amanda was planning on doing with these. Hey, Amanda, your box of dead butterflies is here. What's up? Are you sacrificing them? Amanda, what? Duncan, you ordered butterflies?
Hey!
Amanda, you can order dead butterflies online? Duncan, wait, so these aren't yours?
We got this.
Amanda, you did bamboozle me, babe. No, but I'm definitely ordering some right now. Duncan, okay. Love you. I take a look at the box again. Oh, this is addressed to Damien's house. Hey, that makes more sense. Oh, we're taking it to Damien, obviously. I should take it over to him. I jog over to Damien's house with the box. I pull back his door knocker, but suddenly the door opens. Mr. Man! Totally worth it. Damien, Mr. Man, to what do I owe the pleasure? Duncan, whoa! How did you know I was about to knock?
Oh.
Duncan, I don't know. Duncan, oh, okay. Anyways. I think I got this delivered to my house by mistake. I hand him the box and his face lights up.
Oh.
Damien, what a wonderful surprise. I was just about to send a strongly worded letter to the courier service about this. Many thanks. Duncan, not to pry, but what are you going to do with those butterflies? Damien, would you like to see? He has a wall of them in his library. Alarm bells ring in my head. This is how you die, Duncan man. Sure. See? Damien leads me into his study, where he set up some sort of workstation. Above his desk is a wall of pinned butterflies, moths, and beetles. I have a friend who collects pinned butterflies. I think they're pretty cool myself. I totally get that it's not everyone's thing, though. Duncan, oh wow, that's really something, Damien. Damien, I'm quite proud of my little collection. Duncan, you do all of this yourself? Damien, of course. I find it rather relaxing. Duncan, how do you... Damien, it's simple. Here, let me show you. These aren't ready quite yet. They'll need to be rehydrated overnight so they're easier to work with. I have some over here that are ready to pin. Damien takes a seat at his desk while I hover behind him. He picks up a little triangular paper package and snips off the edges. He pulls out an all-black butterfly and shows it to me.
Oh.
Damien, I'm rather excited about this one. It's a turquoise swallowtail. He gently opens the wings, spreading the butterfly out on the table. The backs of the wings are a gorgeous, iridescent green colour. Damien, oh, and the pigment on this one is so nice too. Anyways, pinning a butterfly is actually very simple. It just requires a delicate touch. First, I'll put a pin through the thorax. Damien slides a pin through the middle of the butterfly and places the butterfly on a piece of styrofoam. He carefully arranges the antennae with forceps and begins placing paper and more pins on and around it. He does this so effortlessly that it's almost hypnotic. I'm not into them, but you can make fake ones if you wanted. I don't mind, babe. It's all good. I know you're not into dead animals. I have a frame here that I think this one will look quite pretty in, but I'll need to let it sit for a couple of days until it's ready. Duncan, and then what? Damien, I remove all of the pins and put it on display with the others. I take a closer look at Damien's collection. One with bright blue wings keeps drawing my eye. Duncan, this one's so pretty. Damien takes it off the wall. Damien, ah yes, that's a blue morpho, one of my favourites too. He hands the small frame to me. Damien, here. I think this would look lovely in your home. Duncan, oh, I can take this. Damien, I insist. Believe me, I have more than enough. Duncan, thank you. Damien, if you ever have an interest in pinning some insects yourself, you know where to find me. Duncan, I think I'll leave that up to you. I feel like I'd probably break them in half with my butterfingers. I What about his moth fingers? Or beetle fingers? Damien, nonsense. You have beautiful, steady hands. Yes. I mean, you can see the tremoring on the webcam. Beautiful, steady hands. You would make a fine taxidermist. Am I blushing? Damien walks me to the door and gives me a warm smile as I leave. Damien, do take care of yourself, Duncan. Thanks for allowing me to share my odd little hobby with you. Eat a lot of broccoli. It is
Welcome.
tasty.
You've got dads.
Okay, I guess it's time for Hugo. Shave with the grain or electric shaver. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Wanna hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favour to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? Duncan. Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. But it's a free trip to the aquarium, Duncan, and never look a free trip to the aquarium in the fishy eye. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Duncan, morning, Amanda. Amanda, morning, Pops. Duncan, hey, how was middle school for you?
Ugh.
Not, babe, I realise that I forgot to say the bit I meant to say afterwards. If you want to make me dead insects, by all means. I like pretty things. I'm a very simple person with very simple pleasures. Amanda, bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne. That's why I like all of you, chat. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying and being generally terrible.
Ugh.
Everyone sucks, no self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40 plus hours a week, doing long divisions, starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? Duncan, I had my first crush in middle school and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stokes, you hurt me, and I'll never forget. Amanda, what'd she do to you? I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. Duncan, I don't want to talk about it.
Eh?
Amanda, see? Middle schools are reprehensible. Eating dirt? Making people eat dirt? Is that actually a thing that happens in America? I have no context. This is not a culture. This is not a British culture thing. That level of physical degradation and bullying. Physical degradation and bullying, I guess? Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Duncan, oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for.
Huh?
Amanda, you get to go to the aquarium? You kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza. At a clam chowder factory. Duncan, oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
Whoa!
Amanda, no, it's because Bobby Wellington threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Duncan, right, let's leave that story firmly in the past.
Ah.
Amanda, anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vegas sounds like it could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird. Oh, sorry, Duncan. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. Chat. I'm gonna drop a knowledge bomb on you right now. And YouTube, I guess, by extension. If the ocean makes you nervous, just wave at it. It'll wave right back. Yeah, I think that goes in the Stupid Jokes collection. I think that one's terrible enough to go in the Stupid Jokes collection. That's somewhere around 154-ish. Guess you need to figure out how to make fake insects then. You don't have to, babe, it's fine. Maybe it's something we could do together. Do a craft project together. Amanda, what? Are you worried that a whale is going to pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Duncan. Don't you put fear in my heart. Amanda, well, do they have penguins there? Duncan, yes, they have penguins there.
Yes.
Amanda, then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. She's not wrong. Penguins have mass, whereas fear technically doesn't. As far as we understand it. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Pre-teens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. So, I will say, with the mini-games so far, there's been no actual control explanation, so I've been guessing. Luckily, I've guessed right both times, but still. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. So glad you're here. Duncan, Hugo! Hugo. It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. Duncan. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Hugo, great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Hugo, can you guys put your phones away? All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. Then they then go back to texting. Duncan, at least they're quiet? Hugo, too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. Duncan, there's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's a middle school after all. Hugo, we'll see. Shark! You know what this aquarium doesn't have because it's not a zoo? The Insulindian phasmid. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. Also, octopus. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. Duncan, what's in the packet? Hugo, honestly, it's just busy work so the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Duncan, teacher hacks. I like that. Number 5 will surprise you. Duncan, wait. I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? Hugo, we just did a unit on the Old Man and the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Yes.
Seriously, though, petting stingrays sounds pretty cool right now. Gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. The local museum has an aquarium in it. Takes up 1 floor. It's pretty cool. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly coloured fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. Oh gosh. So, this says many names. Let's see which one the game gives it. Hugo, that right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times their size? It's also called a zebrafish and something turkey fish, I think. You pet stingrays once? I am quite jealous. Whoa.
Hey.
Their spines are venomous too. Duncan, nature is hardcore. Hugo, you think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out at the bottom of the tank. Ah, pufferfish. Oh no, Hugo, that's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. Duncan, and they just like, keep it here? Hugo, oh, they're relatively harmless so long as you don't step on them. Duncan. Zebra turkeyfish, all one name. There we go. What happens if you step on them? Angel knew what I was on about. I'll stick with lionfish. Zebra turkeyfish just sounds like something else. Hugo, tissue necrosis. Duncan. Cool.
Hey.
Hugo. Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Duncan, hey, see that fish over there? Duncan. Hugo, that one? Duncan, yeah, that's the... Humphead wrasse? Hugo, yeah? Duncan, did you know that? We'll go with psychiatric fish trivia. This is the only species of fish known to develop clinical depression. So I'm reading a book about the evolution of consciousness right now because, you know, I do. And someone has genuinely done a scientific experiment where they shook bees. And if you shake a bee in the right way, you can give it depression. Well, you can make it pessimistic about choices it can be making. And if you shake it again, it becomes optimistic instead. Someone has actually received research money to shake bees, is what I'm getting at here. When last time we took our kids to do it for the first time. I've never actually been brave enough to put my hand in a pet pool at an aquarium, I'll be honest, because I have a... I doubt it'll surprise anyone, I have OCD. With the... undiagnosed, but there we go. The thing about germs. So the pandemic's been fantastic, really. So I've never actually been, like, brave enough to touch fish. But it always sounds cool, and they always look really... people look really happy when they're doing it. How would you shake bees? I don't know, babe. Scientists. It's like, different scientists was looking at how bees build their honeycombs and for the hives and stuff. And they will attach it to surfaces that they know it will attach to. So they put them in, like, I guess a container of some kind, with wooden sides. The bees started making their honeycomb across the container. So they put a pane of glass in the way, and the bees went around the glass without even touching it. Bees are smart. I mean, we knew this, but bees are very smart. Anyway, wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. Duncan, I'm playing for the gag here. Hugo, ha, good one. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Bees! Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. Ah, Capri Suns. I walk around the room, reading the tiny... That is a name I've not heard in a long time. Reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Hugo, wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? I kind of want to go with the first one, but I'm just going to check to see if that's laying it on too thick. Please bear with me whilst I look at the answers. No. Hugo, not Hugo. Fighting over a Capri Sun is a great way to end up wearing it. It really is. Especially, like, you can't really put the straws through it, but they tear very easily. Oh, okay. Okay, he doesn't love it. He doesn't love it. He doesn't even like it. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. That's... Hugo, that's a very astute point, Duncan. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs. That's them. Sea urchins. This is little spiky balls right here. Stingrays, obviously these are stingrays. And small fish, which I assume are these kind of little blob things. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturised hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Hugo, don't you want to pet some rays, Duncan? Duncan, oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Hugo, come on. It'll be fun. And informative. Duncan, don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they'll probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Hugo, nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed. The horseshoe crabs only eat little clams. And the anemones, these, are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. Hugo, see? Not so bad. Duncan, it feels like fun, slimy leather. Hugo, things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigour for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hugo, hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Duncan, sorry, just got a little carried away. Hugo, wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Duncan, why's that?
Oh.
Hugo, are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan! Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Is that a moonfish? I think they're called moonfish. They look very 2D. Jellies. Want to tell me what's in the bag? Susan, textbooks? Hugo. There's obviously a fish in there. Want to tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Duncan, look kid. I'm not afraid to hit a child. We don't have time for games here. Whatever it is, it goes back in the touch tank. Now. Susan, you're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Ah.
Hugo, yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Duncan, next time. We won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
What?
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Duncan, Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? Susan, I was trying to free him. Duncan, to where? Outside? Where he was gonna die? Hugo. Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Duncan, yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. She has a lot of expensive textbooks to replace now. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Hugo, middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Duncan, or the last. In the next room we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Oh.
Hugo, look over here. Hugo points to some seahorses, that's a T, gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey.
Hugo, that's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Oh.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Duncan, man, we thought we had it hard.
Hey.
Hugo, I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. Duncan, you seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
Hugo, it's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Hugo is preaching my life motto here. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Duncan, good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. Hugo, we'll get there. In a place called Maple Bay, I hope we do. We finally make our way over to my favourite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Duncan, do we get to see the penguins?
Oh.
Hugo, yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. Our group of kids run. Penguins are pretty cool. Stupid twitchy fingers. Something like the exhibit in the penguins. For at least a few moments. What this visual novel doesn't have that a lot do is you can't rewind. A lot of visual novels, I guess it's a lot of stuff written is it Python as a visual novel engine? Usually has like a rewind button. Anyway, for at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
Whoa.
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Hugo, Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding, it's very bad. Duncan, is it one of ours? Hugo, it most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the other side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? These children are a fucking menace. A fucking menaces. They really are, Harry. They really are. So this is a mini game, and I seem to recall it being pretty difficult for the streamer we watch play it. Duncan, we got to stop her before the staff sees him bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. Hugo, I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Hugo, everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns toward Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a cold blast of air. Duncan, psst, hey. The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here. Neither can you, Molly, neither can you. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me. Hugo, contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. That's the mustache, isn't it? It's clearly the mustache and the man bun combination. Duncan, kid, what are you even doing? Molly, I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Duncan, where are they even going to go? Molly, they're going to live in my closet. Duncan, look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We got to get out of here. Molly, not until I save a penguin.
I don't know.
Hugo, little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Lay down the law. I prepare to raise my voice at Molly and then hesitate. Is it weird for me to raise my voice at a stranger's kid? Like, is it a parenting faux pas or something? Well, you don't raise your voice anyway. Molly, money. Give me money. Duncan, I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Molly, okay, well give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Duncan, okay, well I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough? Molly, pay me the other rate later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realise there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're going to have to block these birds. Never give up, never remember.
Block that bird.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realise you could... Okay. The game doesn't tell you anything about the minigames. The spam click seems to be working. Only works on left click. Right click does nothing.
Drive that key.
I'm just slapping penguins. One penguin escaped game. One. Because I didn't understand the game. Bribery works. I'm not going to reload just for the sake of one penguin. Phew, glad that's over. Just in time too. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. Hugo, and that's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world. Please do excuse me, chat. More than a second. I lean out of the camera to do something and it gets blurry. There must have been a software update for the camera or something. It didn't used to be this bad. And that's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Hugo, Molly, what were you doing in there? Molly, I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. And yes, I was just slapping penguins. Hugo, you realise that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Molly, well, it was the thought that counts. Duncan, no, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. Molly, you owe me $8.
What?
Hugo, what? Duncan, I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose so they can compare animal thief notes.
Oh.
Hugo, you're not off the hook, Molly.
Ah.
Duncan, did you just bribe a child? You can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Hugo, let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Ah.
Hugo, hey, Duncan, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. Duncan, it was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Oh.
Hugo, let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I'm all about cheese boards. Oh, there's nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. Great, well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. Hugo likes cheese. Who doesn't? Apart from lactose intolerant people, I suppose. I walk inside to find the house empty. Duncan, I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door.
Huh.
Duncan, cheese is pretty amazing. Cheese! Bees! The cheese bees! Duncan, what you up to tonight? Amanda, just doing some homework. How's the aquarium? Duncan, it was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
Ugh.
Amanda, we've all been there. Duncan, I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw.
Hey!
Amanda, you got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Duncan, Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though.
Huh.
Amanda, I'm surprised he helped complete a covert top. He's usually kind of a... Duncan, kind of a what? Amanda, kind of a stick in the mud? Duncan, he's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes.
Ah.
Amanda, you mean take a nap? Duncan, there's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Treat people better than they treat you. Date complete. Rank my date with Hugo.
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Oh my god. What a line. What a line. Also, very low tweet score.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Me. Duncan, listen, this is you from the past. Whoa, how'd this happen? I figure trying to reply to this because I know myself, but this is an automated message from you earlier this morning when it was socially unacceptable to get out and buy ice cream. I forgot I did that. I forgot how I did that as well. The future is amazing. Listen, life is short and ice cream should always be acceptable, but unfortunately this isn't the society we live in. And it's less the society we live in and more me projecting my own anxiety about being judged onto others, but you know what I mean. By the time you're reading this, it is a certain time of day in which nobody will bat an eye at you for going out and buying ice cream. You know what to do. Be good, me. Buy that ice cream. You know what? I've earned a treat. On the way home, I decided to stop off and grab some ice cream, which I fully plan to eat directly from the tub. Oh, utter decadence. Ice cream from the tub. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out just which type of ice cream I'd like to eat directly from the tub. Rocky Road? Pistachio? Oh, Amanda's probably going to want some too. Better get 2 tubs. She loves cookie dough ice cream, right? Chat, quick poll. Best ice cream flavour. If you don't answer rum and raisin, you're dead to me. I will legitimately eat pretty much any kind of ice cream, in all fairness. But rum and raisin is good. Rocky Road's up there too, though, don't get me wrong. Raspberry Ripple, also a very good ice cream. Huh? Hey, mister. I turned around to see Ernest leaning up against the wall of the convenience store. Duncan. Ernest? Ernest. You're cool, right? You stop picking your coffin out then? Hey, Des. I said dead to me, not dead to anyone else. I'm cool. But I don't see what that has to do with anything. As I'm fond of jokingly saying to Angel, you're all entitled to your opinion about the best ice cream flavor, however wrong it may be. You're entitled to it. It's just facts. Rum and raisin's the best. Seriously though, just give me ice cream. Just like almost any kind of ice cream. As long as peanuts aren't involved, it's pretty good. I'm cool, but I don't see what it has to do with anything. Ernest, well, if you're cool, you'll help me out, right? Duncan, help you out? There's no fire involved, is there? Ernest, just clouds. So if I give you $20, will you buy me e-liquid? I don't like peanuts, Harry. It's one of the few tastes that I absolutely hate. Legitimate combo, Bubs, me, favorite ice cream, Bubs, yes. Yep, that's it. Just really favorite food is, yes, gonna say cookie dough, but same, love just about any ice cream. Exactly, ice cream is just so good. Just give me ice cream. Duncan. Ernest, what's e-liquid? Ernest, how do you feel about frozen? Oh, Harry, just frozen yogurt is also amazing. It's like, Gatorade, you know, electrolyte liquid. I'd get it myself, but I'm banned from here for trying to run a grift on the cashier. There was a milkshake shop called Shakeaway. I don't know if it's still in business. And the idea is that you pick your candy, if you prefer me to use American terms. You pick your sweets, like chocolate bars, actual sweets, fruit, and they'll blend it for you and then mix it with milk, ice cream and milk for a milkshake. But they also offered, if you didn't want milk, you could have frozen yogurt, ice cream. You could have frozen yogurt instead. And oh god, just a lemon and lime yogurt shake, milkshake with frozen yogurt. It's so good. This is good as frozen yogurt, and I like it a lot. Less calories than ice cream. Yep, most definitely is. Also, first shot of the day. Cheers, everyone. I'm going to do some quick maths. Congratulations on lasting until midday, Harry. You deserve that shot. A classic fiddle game. You know the deal. Duncan. Oh, if you're talking about balanced electrolytes, then I got you, little buddy. And I didn't know you played the fiddle. Ernest, just ask the clerk for blue Cran-Razapple Vortex. He'll know what it is. Or clerk. Pick up a tub of pistachio ice cream for myself and a tub of cookie dough for Amanda. I search around for some blue Crazen Void Starer, but can't seem to find any. I turn to the cashier. Duncan, say, where's your finest e-liquid? Clark, behind the counter. You got an ID. Duncan, first of all, my daughter is older than you. Second of all, I'm flattered. I switched shampoo recently. Is that taking some years off? Clark, look, you need to be 21 to buy vape juice. Your hair doesn't look a day over 20. Yes, this hair doesn't look a day over 20. Wait a minute. Are you just trying to butt him up to get me to buy more ice cream? Because it's working. I glance outside and spot Ernest staring at me. Double wait a minute. So you're telling me that e-liquid is not a sports drink? Clark, it's for vaping. Ernest is watching us intently through the window. I'd better go give that kid a piece of my mind. Duncan, I see. Okay, look, I'm going to pretend you didn't try to trick me into buying you the old Baphomet's cough syrup and then go inside here to purchase my ice cream. I won't tell your dad if you promise to scram. And stop vaping. You'll get popcorn lung. Ernest. What if I give you $25? Duncan, go home, Ernest. As I'm walking back inside, Ernest calls after me. Ernest, you can get popcorn lung from microwave popcorn, you know. Can you? That's its name now, Baphomet's cough syrup. Sure thing. I no longer trust this child, but the mere notion strikes fear into my heart. I go back inside to complete my purchase with the good cashier. Thank you, kind sir, for your time and generous hair compliments. Clark, you got it, bub. Oh, apparently we were served by Wolverine. I glance out the window to see Ernest still outside. Looks like he's talking to some other poor sap. Guess I should go outside and save this other guy some grief. What does Duncan Man do for a living? Have we ever gone to work or spoken about what work we know about? No. That has never come up, as far as I can recall. Wait a second. That's definitely a cop. Oh boy. I grab my tubs of ice cream and bolt outside. Ernest is already face down on the hood of a squad car. Ernest, did you seriously just try to get a cop to buy you e-liquid? Police officer, do you know this kid? I'm friends with his dad. Yeah, we live in the same cul-de-sac. I know his dad. Listen, he's a good kid and... Huh? I'm this boy's father. I turn around and see Robert walking up the street toward the convenience store.
Oh?
Robert, Ernest, what are you doing? Ernest, I want a lawyer. Robert, first of all, good first instinct. Remember that you're not required to answer any questions from a police officer without a lawyer present. Police officer, you're this boy's father?
Hey.
Robert, yes, sir. Ernest likes to lash out at me like this ever since the accident. Police officer, Robert, I don't like talking about it. Police officer, that's fine. Robert gets a wistful twinkle in his eye.
Hey,
It all started 7 summers ago. My hair was long then. New metal was still in New metal will always be in style, Robert. You take that back right now. I made it blurry, but it's totally worth it. Ernest and I were down in the Florida swampland scavenging for... Police officer, sir, I can leave you to take it from here. Robert, sounds good. Thanks, officer. Ernest, come along now. You'll be cleaning grout from the rain gutter for a week thanks to this transgression. The police officer gets in his car and drives off. I'm stunned by how cool Robert was just there. Pup, stop with the ASMR voice. I'm sorry, okay? Sometimes you have to get close to the microphone and whisper. Ernest, thanks. I want to say... Richard? Ouch. Robert, don't mention it, Hemingway. Got in trouble plenty of times in my life. Just trying to do my good deed for the day. Ernest, will you buy me e-liquid if I give you $20? Duncan, child, I will end you. Robert, hey Duncan, will you walk Ernest home with me? Duncan, sure.
Hey.
Ernest runs ahead, presumably so he won't be seen with us, which is a thing I think kids do. Robert, he reminds me a lot of myself when I was his age.
Oh?
Well, maybe I wasn't as dumb. Sorry, stupid. Duncan, seems like he tortures his dad. Dumb is ableist language.
Hey.
Robert, seems like he tortures just about everybody. He even stole your wallet. Duncan, what? No, he... I pat my back pocket. I pat the rest of my pockets. He stole my wallet.
Oh.
Robert, why are you doing this to yourself? Duncan, what?
Ah.
Robert points at my tubs of ice cream. Duncan, one of them's for Amanda?
Oh.
Robert, I have no qualms with the quantity of ice cream you've purchased. It's a perfectly respectable amount of ice cream. It's the quality I'm talking about. You work hard, Duncan. You're a good dad. Don't you think you deserve top shelf ice cream? Duncan, but these were on sale. Robert, if you're going to treat yourself, go big or go home. Real vanilla bean. Real pistachio. You deserve it.
Oh.
I guess when he's not brooding, Robert's gassing people up. We arrive at the cul-de-sac and is that the right phrase? Am I hip now? Ernest runs into his home. Robert, that boy is the reason why we don't have prices in cereal anymore. Catch you around, Duncan. Robert tosses me my wallet. I catch it with a surprised look on my face. I stole it back. Keep it in your front pocket or use a chain like back in your scar days. Smell you later. Duncan, see you, Robert. Is he flirting? He might be. He might be flirting. I go back inside my home, ready to spend the rest of the night with 2 tubs of ice cream and also Amanda. Eat a balanced
Welcome.
meal.
You've got dads.
We've got dads, chat. Okay, so I think we've got time for one more date. So, Brian it is. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda got along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more for the sake of the kids. I crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. We should get the kids together and hang out soon. So this game takes place over like 2 days, but each date is the same day. We just relive it. 2 tubs of ice cream. Oh, my kid, I guess. Hey, that's a good celebration. I kind of want to make a joke, but I don't know if it's good timing or not. About how maybe you look to the scones and you're like, oh, hey, cherry scones. I guess I'll share them with Ryan. I wait a couple of minutes until the ding comes from my computer and the message pops up on screen. It's Brian! Let's see what he has to say. Hey, man. Always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out. What do you think about mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. He signed his name. That's cute. Friendly competition? This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say she's almost better at it than I am. Nah, you're totally right. Whew! I didn't blow it with the joke. Almost. I type back. That sounds great, man. Name the time and place, and we'll be there. Duncan. Hey, Amanda. Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Brian and Daisy? Amanda. I'm a little out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives. Duncan. Perfect. Come on, kiddo. Let's do this. In case anyone's curious, for our anniversary tomorrow, we are playing board games, having a lion, playing board games, and having afternoon tea. Because we are totally delightfully geeky, aspirational middle class. Duncan, you ready for this? Amanda, matey, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Duncan, why are you talking like that? Amanda, because this mini golf course is pirate themed? I just now realised that we are indeed standing on top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course. Thank you, Harry. Oh, we got some Prosecco as well. That Angel got from her work for Christmas. Duncan, oh.
Yeah.
Amanda, come on, pirate dad. Why don't you talk like a pirate with me? Arr, ahoy, scurvy. Abashi! I'll make Brian and Daisy walk the plank with my superior golfing abilities. I mean, doubloon. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the fridge tomorrow morning, Aaron. We don't have room in the fridge right now, so I'm gonna have to move stuff around to make it fit. But make sure it's cool enough for when we drink it. Chilled for when we drink it. Come on, Dad. You told me this was just gonna be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for... Sorry, Duncan. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. Apparently this is where 12 years in the pandemic gets us. Yes, Prosecco in the fridge and afternoon tea with board games.
Huh?
Amanda, it's just mini-golf. Duncan, just mini-golf? It's so much more than... We'll have to go to Oxford for our 20th. Keep that as a thing so you can say hi to Liz. Every 10 years. I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda's shoulder. I just want you to know that there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much. But we have to beat Brian at mini-golf. Amanda, whatever happened to just having fun? Duncan, oh. We will have fun. When we beat them. Amanda gives me a side-eye, but before I can side-eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy. You're wearing your onesie tomorrow, Kate? Hey, babe, that's fine. Brian, ahoy there, mateys. Daisy, ahoy. Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. Looks like they already rented us some golf clubs for our mini-golf excursion. Total power move. Why didn't I think of that? Amanda, alright, first mate. I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You gotta help me plunder it? Daisy, oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play putt-putt on. Oh, by 20 years, we might be able to go somewhere exotic. Hey, we could go to some bees. Or go to a forest somewhere and have a cabin. Amanda gives Daisy a look.
Huh.
Daisy, I mean, aye, Captain. Daisy winks at Amanda.
Hey.
Brian, look at those two. Duncan, they're two peas in a pod. Brian, so, you excited to get some mini-golf in? Duncan, oh, you know it. Brian, you a gambling man? Ooh, I feel like that's a bit aggressive. Depends what's on the table. Duncan, what are you willing to part with?
Hey.
Brian, how about the loser buys drinks tonight? Duncan, alright, but how about we make it a bit more interesting? Brian, I'm listening. Duncan, the loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend. Brian, well, my odds pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? In 20 years, due to global warming, Britain will be exotic. Ooh, you're not wrong there. Not quite what I was thinking. We can totally kind if you want. We can do whatever you, babe. We've got 8 years to think about it. Duncan, I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're going to maneuver around my hedges. It's highly technical work, not for the faint of heart.
Oh.
Brian, I don't think I need to worry about that. I'm just going to save. Duncan, I'm very good at mini golf, you know. Brian, oh yeah? Hole in one. Duncan, hole in one every time. What I just said is not a true thing. But it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it. This seems like it might be a mini game, so Brian, I look forward to seeing that happen. Brian and I eye each other up and down. May the best dad win. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down.
Armitage.
Ready, golf! Oh.
Into the brine.
Oh dear, okay.
Yo ho ho in a hole full of balls.
Yo ho ho and a hole full of balls. Okay, that's the thing.
Into the brine. Yo ho ho in a hole full of balls.
Can we please stop saying that though, game? Ah, it's gonna happen eventually.
You've lost your ball.
Oh, you son of a... Wait,
You've
ah,
lost
nearly.
your ball.
I don't know what I was doing there. I'll be honest. This is why I saved...
Men sink no putts. Yo ho ho in a hole full of
No, we can see why I lose at golf games. I'm not that good at mini golf games, babe. You're better than you give yourself credit for. Oh, dang it. That almost worked out.
Men sink no putts.
I'll take an S rank. I'm not reloading for an S plus. We'll take the S and leave. Amanda pulls me aside while Brian and Daisy start walking to the next hole. Amanda, hey, you having a good time? Duncan, I'm having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time destroying Brian underfoot. Amanda, I just ask because your eye is twitching. Duncan, no it's not. No it's not, chat. My eye is fine. I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. Amanda, we're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. Duncan, you're right. It is just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. A game we're currently winning. Amanda, Dad. Duncan, please, Amanda. Please nail this next hole for me. We need to keep the streak going.
Oh.
Amanda, if it's really that important to you, sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated shrug. Amanda, oops. I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youthful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back.
Huh.
Amanda, that was for your own good. Duncan, love you, kiddo.
Armitage.
Oh. We're back to mini golf. Right, there are 18 holes in golf. Ah, it was close.
Dead men sink no putts. Dead men sink no putts. Into the brine. Into the brine. Into the brine.
Sorry, I'm just focusing. Okay, so that's gonna... Oh boy.
Yo ho ho in a hole full of ball.
Please? Good bounce? Ah,
Dead
dang it.
men sink no putts.
Oh my gosh, hole 17, what? Okay, yeah, no, that... Oh,
You've
almost
lost
worked.
your ball.
Impressive putting. There is an achievement to get all 18. we are playing pachinko. I try to maintain an air of professionalism because there are children present, but confetti cannons are going off in my brain, and someone is placing a wreath around inner me with the words "Best Dad" emblazoned on it. I'm going to save. Brian, man, that was some good shooting there, Duncan. Mini golf is no joke. The secret to mini golf is that you have to be really, really good at it.
Hey.
Amanda, Daisy, did you have a good time? Daisy, yo ho ho, I did.
Ah.
Amanda, we haven't even found the buried treasure yet. Daisy, I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here. Amanda, I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two go enjoy your night.
Yeah.
Brian, sounds like a plan. Duncan, you cool with that? Duncan, sure. Just don't get yourselves into too much trouble. Amanda, can do. I'll make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure. Duncan, bless that kid's tiny, rebellious heart.
Hey.
Brian, well, guess we should hit the bar now.
Hey.
There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? Duncan, that sounds like a plan.
Hmm?
Brian and I walk into the Freaky Tiki. Oh. What a name. A kitschy island-themed bar. All I'm hearing is cultural appropriation of the wazoo. Palm trees adorn the walls and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which is a little more bearable since I won. Okay, just gotta get my victory drink and get out of here. I think I already proved my superior dadness for the day.
Hey.
Brian, 2 pineapples of hospitality, please. The bartender whips us up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He sets them on fire and we have to blow them out before we can drink them. Duncan, usually I just like to, I don't know, drink my drinks? Brian, if you don't want yours, I'll take it. Duncan, and miss out on the taste of victory? I don't think so. I take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Victory tastes fruity. There's a line to live your life by. Let's talk about lawn maintenance. I'm very particular. No electric mowers for me. I hand cut everything with scissors. I also only water the lawn with bottled sparkling water. I just ran out, so you're going to have to import some. Italian is preferred, but I'll settle for Icelandic if that's all you have. Brian, it's sweet that you're willing to put all of that work into taking care of your dead grass. Duncan, what? My grass is perfectly healthy.
Hey.
Brian, it's okay, buddy. I know just the trick to perk it back up. I'll work my magic when I finish trimming your grass with the tiniest pair of scissors I own. Man, even when he's trying to be helpful, I feel personally attacked. While I sip more of my drink, I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition is on. Duncan, I love this show. Always made me want to own a deck. Brian, ugh, I hate this show. Duncan, why? Brian, it's so clearly fake. Duncan, well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? Brian, I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're removing those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That's a 3-week job minimum. Duncan, so you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it.
Oh.
Brian, I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Duncan, like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers? That's the one I was trying to say earlier.
Ah.
Brian, I have terrible news for you, Duncan. Duncan, no. No, not them too. Brian, that's the awful truth. Not the Flint brothers. No. Sorry, the dog bone brothers. The dog bones. Why would you pull the wool from our eyes like this, Brian? Next, all you're going to say is that we are staring at but shadows on the wall of a cave.
Hey.
Not the ghosts, though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have emergency escape buttons. Duncan, I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So, wait, you're a general contractor?
Hey.
Brian, sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Duncan, wow, nice work.
Ah.
Brian, yeah, kind of took after the footsteps of my old man. Duncan, he was a general contractor too. Brian, the best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying not to become your father, then you wake up one day and there you are. It freaks me out that I've dated a guy just like Brian. I'm sorry? Question mark.
Hey.
But I get to work with my hands and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter, so it's an absolute dream job. For me, at least. I am about as far away from my father as you can possibly get. Which is just the way I like it. Well, that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point as a dad, and I've been okay with that. Until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that patio furniture that I haven't put together still sitting in the garage. Okay. Maybe I should cool it with a dad competition. Gotta keep it light. I'll ask about his daughter. Oh, he loved that one, chat. Duncan, so Daisy seems pretty smart for her age. Brian, yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get it from her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. She beats me at Scrabble constantly. Duncan, to be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have the whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs. See, we can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian. And prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason, I think. Let's keep it moving. Ask about his dog. Duncan, so you have a dog? Brian, sure do. Duncan, I can't quite remember what he looks like. Brian, oh, he's a little corgi. Always has a handkerchief around his neck. Duncan, yeah, I'm not guessing it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone. Brian laughs. Brian, Duncan, if you want to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Duncan, show me the goods then. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. What a good boy. I look around the room and winning at Scrabble is also a matter of applied probability, not just having a large codex. It is. It's true. I look around the room and take in all the kitchen decor, looking for something else to comment on. Decor, sorry. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian and I gesture to it. Cool fish. Brian, it's definitely fake. Duncan, what? Really? Brian, everything in here is fake. That palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it. I look over. He's right.
Yeah.
Brian, but I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger though. Of course it was. Duncan, oh really? Brian, yep. Went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days catching fish, drinking beer. You know, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on the boat so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there. Oh man, that's some of the best food I've ever had. Chat, there's nothing wrong with the capture, by the way. The text box genuinely is extending beyond the bounds of the window. That's the game. That's not the capture. Duncan, that actually sounds amazing. Brian, well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed already, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too. Then all of a sudden it just starts running. So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack and start fighting with the damn thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him up to the surface and finally get a sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. And you know what happens next? Duncan. What happens next?
Ah, shucks.
Brian. The damn thing smacks me in the face with its tail. Knocks me out. I wake up the next morning on the deck. The fish gone. Never felt more stupid. Duncan. So it got away? Brian. I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish, Captain Ahab style. Duncan. I'm sure Daisy would be supportive. Brian. Ah man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. You go fishing? Duncan. Actually, I have a confession to make. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? I can't tell him that I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. I feel like no one can outfish me. Duncan, I'm simply the best out there. Brian, okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh, no. Duncan, oh, I don't know. Brian, come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers, we can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on. You know you want to. I sigh. I've been cornered. Duncan, yeah, okay. Brian gives me an exuberant high five. Brian, yes! Maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish so I can get you mowing my lawn. Duncan, you can try to beat me, but they don't call me Duncan good at catching fish man for nothing. I'm spinning a web of lies that I fear will one day consume me. Brian, sounds like it'll be a scrap. Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside. Brian, till next time. This is a great opportunity for friendship. And also for catching more fish than Brian. Brian, you're killing me with these puns, Duncan. Duncan, mull it over. You'll come around to the fish-related dad jokes in no time. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to become a whole thing, isn't it?
Ah.
Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. Amanda, so, how was your hang with Brian? He wasn't too spicy about his crushing defeat, was he? Duncan, nah. He was pretty gracious about it. Like, frustratingly gracious. Amanda, yeah. How dare that guy have some decency? Come on, Dad, he seems like a neat dude. Duncan, I think so. I don't know. The guy loves a good competition. But then again, apparently so do I. What did you and Daisy end up doing?
Huh.
Amanda, oh, we hunted for treasure for a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit, so we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food.
Oh.
Don't tell him I said that. Duncan, that's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. Amanda, I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age. Duncan, yeah. Brian says she has a hard time relating to other kids. She kind of reminds me of you at her age. Although she doesn't bite people as much as you did. Amanda, I can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? Duncan, that's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me.
Huh?
Amanda, oh. Duncan, I told him I was an amazing fisherman. Amanda, you hate fishing. Duncan, I know. I'm kind of panicking.
Eh?
Amanda, I'm sure it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn, sit silently in a boat on a lake for hours on end with no promise of a tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbour deep within your heart.
Huh.
Fishing's fun, you'll remind yourself, as the world darkens around you, and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection, or simply just the abyss. Duncan, yeah, laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us.
Ah.
Amanda, it is my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Duncan, Daisy's coming too. Amanda, well, Duncan, I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog. Amanda, fine, sold, I'm in. Duncan, alright, I'm bushed. Gonna call it tonight. Don't stay up too late, okay? Amanda, you got it, Pops. Date complete.
You sure know how to make a dad blush.
Of course, Brian has a cell phone holster. Why wouldn't he? The achievement.
Welcome. You've got dads.
The achievement for getting all of Brian's dates is called Soft Boy. Also, the achievements keep popping, but I guess friend alerts aren't, so that's good. I think we've got time for this message event thing to happen, and then you just have to pick back up on Tuesday next week with Joseph and Robert. Hugo and Damien, hey, you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown and were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can't I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are going to bust down my door in a minute now. I've got to destroy this computer. Duncan, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive. This is Damien, by the way, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Yeah, I'm going with Damien works in IT. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Hugo, Duncan, do you want to go see some art or not? Duncan, art is good. Let's go see art. Damien does know a lot about computers. Well, we were saying how he has a lot of money. Maybe this is how he funds his lifestyle. See that art! It's my advice when people ask me that, which has happened. I mean, I assume the moment anyone knows you work in IT, you get questions like that. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. Just going to save the game. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people. Huh? Duncan? I turned around. It's Joseph. Drill through the case and the glass platter will shatter. Fair, fair. I mean, drop it from a high enough height. I do words good. But the drill is probably more satisfying, I will admit. I turn around, it's Joseph. Duncan, Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. Joseph, what am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art appreciatist. He's just doing anything he can to get out of the house and away from Mary, isn't he? Drill is more professional, you're not wrong. Also gives us a reason to own the power drill. Duncan.
Oh.
Joseph. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too. Duncan. Yep. Admittedly a little out of my depth here.
Oh.
Joseph. Thank God I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Duncan. Are you allowed to say that? Joseph. Say what? Duncan. You know. Thank God.
Ooh.
Joseph. Yup. I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. Duncan. Joseph. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look around and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Damien, good eve, good eve, good eve.
Oh.
Joseph, evening, friends.
Oh.
Hugo, who's ready for some art? Chat, are you ready for some art? You know I am. Duncan, you know I love looking at paintings that are in frames and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff.
Yeah.
Joseph, well put, Duncan. I'm always ready for art too. Hugo, all you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. My art is the brain. Hey, the brain's a pretty sophisticated piece of art, okay? Also free wine and cheese. Duncan, I like art now.
Oh.
Joseph, I've got the table in my sights now. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to help myself to some tiny wines. I'm going to talk art with Hugo and Damien. Duncan, so what's this first place? Damien, this particular artist specializes in landscape paintings of various locales within the American Northeast. Duncan, I look at the art. It is rad art. Duncan, at the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys? Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest. Damien, it would appear as if you are correct. Hugo, valid assessment, Duncan. Is that valid assessment or valid assessment? Think it through, chat. So, Damien's an IT. Is he like the goth guy from the IT crowd? Maybe. I've never actually seen the IT crowd, so I cannot answer that question. Duncan, hey, this art stuff's pretty easy.
Oh.
Hugo, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Duncan, interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. Joseph, what'd I miss? Hugo, butts.
Oh.
Joseph, shame. Cheese is nice though. Damien, shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of I'm not even sure hang on the walls.
Oh.
Joseph, oh jeez. Duncan, what am I looking at here?
Hey.
Damien, this is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? The lesbian flag. Moving on. I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a butt. Strife. It's a profound statement on the commonality of the struggle of survival. Hugo, that's really powerful, Duncan. Care to expand on it? Just kidding, it's a butt. With pleasure. These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity that is betrayed by the raw expressiveness of the brushwork, which, in a way, speaks to the essential nature of human experience. The scars left by the... Yes, chat, I am a reviewer. I do review things occasionally. The scars left by the passage of time and the turmoil of contemporary life are both contextualized and deepened by the rose-colored echoes of pre-Oedipal consciousness. And yes, I do deliberately not write in this style so that people actually enjoy reading my material. Is money abstract? If it's not, is the abstract art truly abstract when it's sold? Money is abstract, so yes.
Oh.
Joseph, slow down there, Duncan. Do us a favour and keep it simple. Duncan, it's a butt. Everyone else stares at the painting. Joseph, yeah, that's definitely a butt. Hugo, Damien, while a valid assessment, I can't help feeling your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intentions. Joseph, maybe you're underestimating how much the artist liked butts. Damien, you are a servant of the Lord.
Oh.
which should be capitalized, as should God for that matter. We're all God's creatures, even butts.
Hmm?
Am I sitting on a parasite right now? Is the human buttocks... Are the human buttocks actually parasites? Hugo, comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. Duncan, wow, how'd you figure that?
Oh.
Hugo, that's what it says on the placard. Duncan, oh. Damien, let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by... What's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Patron, psh, I could do that.
Oh.
Hugo, excuse me?
What?
Damien, Hugo, not here.
Oh.
Hugo, no, come back here. Oh, it's about to go down. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. Hugo, you say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even as a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Hugo just dropping straight fire. Damien, friend, he's not worth it.
I don't know.
Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. Hugo, I'm sorry. I just love art very much. Duncan, we know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. Joseph, you know what would ease the mood? Damien, is it cheese? Joseph, no. It's wine and cheese. Duncan, co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. Sanjin jacket needs to be calmed down. Cheese! Oh, speaking of cheese, there's another Wallace and Gromit project in the works, which I'm hyped about. Hugo, we've got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Duncan, is it going to be any weirder than this art? Damien, it is absolutely weirder than this art. Joseph, let's do it. Damien, Hugo, Joseph. None of this theoretical cheese. Actual cheese. Damien, Hugo, Joseph and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us.
Oh.
Duncan, so, quick question. Hugo, shoot. Duncan, what is happening?
Oh.
Joseph, I second this question. Hugo, performance art. Duncan, what does it mean? Damien, again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Man. But the very humanity of being human. Duncan, what do you think they're trying to say?
Yeah.
Damien, I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. Thank you for the follow. I do have my follows anonymous in case in case you prefer to lurk. But if you want to say hi in chat, we can thank you via your username. If not, know that I have seen your username because I see all, and I'm grateful for the follow and the support. Welcome to the channel, my teeny tiny corner of Twitch. Damien, I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other, I do see all. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography. The artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis.
I don't know.
Hugo, that's beautiful, Damien. Joseph, so what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art, as long as I, really mean it? Damien fixes him with a hard stare.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Oh.
I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't going to play well with this crowd. Have to go right now, so have a nice day, bro. Have a nice day, Hachibi. Thank you for the follow. And have a great rest of day, whatever time of day it is in the world. Hopefully you can come back for another stream. I'll be playing this for a couple of streams. Well, at least one more stream. I'd say at least 2 more, because I've still got 2 dates to go on. And then obviously everyone else gets a second date, and then the third date with Damien.
Ah.
Damien.
Oh.
Wise. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Actually, thinking about it, I could just save before the third date and then do the third date for all of them. It's just a thought. After the dancers scream their way off stage. Duncan, whew, think I'm all arted out. Joseph, agreed. We all decide to walk home together.
Oh.
Ari does not seem impressed by my idea of doing everyone's third date. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac. Tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. It's all the same size after you eat it. Who the most popular dad is? Yeah. I wonder if there's any way of tracking that. Duncan, I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. Joseph, the tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Duncan, wax wings too close to the sun.
Oh.
Hugo, cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery.
Oh.
Joseph, plus, it'd be delicious. Joseph knows what's up. Melted cheese is the best. Duncan, a nice Emmentaler, possibly. Joseph, hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? Damien, I actually dabble in oils. Of course you do, Damien. You are that extra. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. Hugo, I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors.
Oh.
Joseph, I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses, mostly boats. Duncan, really?
Ah.
Hugo, yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favour of a long history of religious imagery and artwork.
Oh.
Joseph, what? Boats are cool. Hugo, what about you, Duncan? Tasteful use of... we're going to go landscapes. I think I could examine a lot of beautiful imagery and recapture it on canvas, and I'm just kidding. It's going to be boats. Joseph gives me a high five. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. Joseph, all right, boys. Good art. Duncan, good art. Damien, agreed.
Ah.
Hugo, see you guys around? Joseph, whether you want to or not. We're all neighbours after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Yeah, Joseph aspires to be Thomas Aquinas, apparently.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, I don't have time to do a whole date now. So we've got two choices, chat. Two choices, and I'll leave it up to you. I can start the date, well, three choices, I guess. I could start the date, which I'm not a fan of doing because I don't like leaving things halfway through. I can. Oh, I've got permission from the fiancé. Joseph date. I didn't know if you wanted me done by 6 exactly, babe. But I'll do another date for you. His family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I bamboozled you all with a false choice. The other options, by the way, was end the stream or play another short horror game from Itch. His family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I should take him up on his offer to hang out. Wait, how do I hang out with a priest? I don't go to church. Should I be Jesus-y? That's hard to say. I imagine Joseph's family staring at me as I fumble through some sort of prayer attempt. Maybe not too Jesus-y. A light smattering of Jesus. Yes, just a hint of Christ. A hint of holiness. A crumb of Christ, if you will. Will he want me to pray? Is he going to pray at me? Do I have to pray at him? Huh? Talking to Joseph, huh? Duncan. Gah! Amanda, how many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? Amanda. I selectively ignore it every time you do, Pops. Amanda looks over my shoulder at the screen. Duncan, assuming the good book is the Bible. How amusing. Amanda, Joseph can't read your mind, you know. If you want to talk, just message him. Duncan, but I've never been friends with a priest before. What do I talk about? My favourite Bible passages? Ice cream socials? Car keys? Amanda, first of all, he's youth minister with a tattoo. Not a priest. Duncan, there's a difference? Amanda, you're overthinking it, Dad. Listen, just put it like this. Hello, neighbour. Thanks again for the invite for the BBQ, or barbecue. I'd love to hang out soon if you're not too busy. Duncan, isn't that a little too business casual? Amanda, fine. Give me the keyboard. I got this. Amanda focuses on the keys. Hi, Joseph. It was great meeting you. and your family. I'm still new around here, so if you'd like, I'd love to hang out and get to know you. See ya. Smiley face. Duncan, the smiley. It is a nice touch. Almost immediately, I receive a response. Amanda, what do you say? Hi Duncan, if you're not doing anything in a bit, the kids and I are baking treats for the church bake sale today and we'd love to have you over. It'll be a blast, so let me know. Joseph. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Duncan, he uses a lot of exclamation points. Amanda, I'm more concerned about him signing his name with a tilde. I know what that symbol is. It's that. I don't... Oh, it's above the asterisk on the UK English keyboard. Duncan, I'm willing to let it slide. This time. So I'm seeing a lot of Matt and Damien fan art on the community page. So I'm assuming they're the most popular. Maybe, or maybe that's just the most popular ones that you've... Maybe they're the most... No, most recent. That's the word I'm looking for. Most recent dads. Anyway, willing to let it slide this time. I respond back. Sounds like fun. Duncan. Great, come on by the house as soon as you're ready. We'll be here. Duncan, well, guess I'm doing this. Amanda, save a brownie for me. Based on the rankings I googled, Matt seemed to be the most popular. Not the A word. Oh yeah, unstable S. We adulting in this house? I mean, Matt's pretty cool. I can see it. Amanda, save a brownie for me. Duncan, promise you won't sneak up on me. Promise you won't sneak up on me anymore. Amanda stares at me, unblinking. Amanda, I don't make promises I can't keep. Real to a fault, pops. Also, chat, thank you for doing the research, finding out the most popular dad. Amanda and Dad, please don't be weird about the religion thing. Duncan, me? Weird? Never. I make the short walk over to Joseph's place. Don't be weird, Duncan. But what if they hang up a bunch of crosses? Or collect those little porcelain babies? What if they're all praying? Did they pray before dinner, during dinner, over the porcelain babies? The door begins to creak open, a shadowy figure obscured on the other side. Huh? Who's there? Duncan. Duncan? The door opens the rest of the way. It's Joseph's eldest. What's his name? Huh? Hey. Duncan, hey. It's Chris, right? Because Christian's the twin? Hi again, I'm Duncan. Chris, I know what your name is. Duncan, oh yeah, we met at the barbecue. How's the, Please don't say it. Jesus? You can't hide under the duvet too long, babe, because you are cooking tonight, apparently. Chris blinks slowly. Maybe he didn't hear that. Chris, you're weird. Duncan, is your dad? Before I finish, Chris walks into an adjacent room, leaving me in front of the open doorway. Home? Duncan is me overthinking every social interaction ever. Oh yeah, Duncan is all of us, I suspect, based on my understanding of my general chat demographic. There's a reason I need to provide this safe, chill space for everyone, so that when you go back to the real world, you are calm and relaxed after this anxiety. This was a great first impression. For a moment, I wonder if I should just go in, further subjecting Joseph's family to my winning attitude and artful charisma. Mercifully, Joseph, he peeks his head around the corner. Suddenly, we're in Star Trek. Shaka, when the walls fell. Joseph, he peeks his head around the corner. Joseph, Duncan, you made it. Joseph approaches with his arms wide.
Oh.
So glad you could come by. Are you ready to bake? I am not. Duncan, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Joseph, that's the kind of semi-confidence I like seeing a baking assistant. Come on in.
Oh.
Joseph leads me into a bright, spacious home full of nautical knickknacks. This isn't what I imagined at all. It's actually pretty charming.
Aye.
Joseph, I believe you met Chris, who left you outside. Still doing research. Chris?
Oh.
Research, does seem like Matt is the fan fave. Matt's pretty cool. Chris? Joseph, are you going to apologize? Chris, oh, right, sorry. I tried to make eye contact with Chris, but he keeps looking away. He must be really shy. Joseph, it's alright. Next time, just be a little more inviting to our guests, okay? Chris, sure. Chris seems to relish the chance to escape the conversation and quickly vanishes into his room. Joseph turns to me apologetically.
Oh.
Joseph, don't take it personally. Chris likes to keep to himself. Duncan, I mean, we didn't start off on the best foot in the world. Plus, being the oldest in the big family can't be easy.
Oh.
Joseph, we try to cut him a little slack where we can. Joseph, and here are the twins. Christian, Christy, say hello to Duncan. Christian and Christy, hello, father. Hello, Duncan. Joseph, kids, come on. Lie the back on the creepy twin stick. Creepy twin stick? Can you two say, come play with us, Danny? Joseph, oh no. The twins stare up in unblinking unison. They're blinking. They're clearly blinking. Come play with us, Danny. Joseph covers his mouth and looks away, but he's clearly holding back a big laugh. This is it. This is my Dad World Series. Duncan, okay, now say, please help us, Mothra. Please help us, Mothra. Those kids are going to have so many issues, they really are.
Yeah.
Joseph, no, I can't take it. Joseph is trying his best not to break in front of his kids. The twins seem to be catching on and look eager to bust their dad. But can we keep it up? Oh, we're going obscure. Now say, he who walks behind the rose. The twins tilt their heads in confusion. Uh-oh. He walks? He who behind some rose? The room is silent besides Joseph absolutely losing his mind. That last flub really sealed it. Whew, we saved it, chat. We saved it.
Oh.
I got concerned. Yep. I told you we'd get Children of the Corn reference eventually. I told you we would. And we did. Joseph, Children of the Corn? Really? Is that not mainstream? I'm off my game something fierce today. Duncan, great job, guys. Christian, we're scary. Duncan, I was very scared. Joseph can't take it anymore. Despite his quiet protestations, he's laughing pretty hard into his hand, and the kids giggle with him. The twins, obviously pleased with the new arsenal of spooky weapons, leave the room to terrorize the rest of the community. My work here is done.
Whoa!
Joseph, I'm going to be hearing those lines for weeks. Duncan, next time we hang out, I'll try to teach them some lines from the thing.
Oh.
Joseph, alright, so it looks like we've got a bit of a troublemaker on our hands. You think you can out-trouble a career pro? Duncan, I don't know about the...
Oh, Kirk Douglas!
Apparently Joseph's exclamation is Kirk Douglas. Well, like Children of the Corn, am I right? Ah, yeah, Byron, Children of the Corn, much scarier film. Suddenly interrupted by a loud crash from the kitchen. What now? Joseph, that doesn't sound good. Christy? No one responds. Joseph furrows his brow and motions for me to stay where I am. Joseph, wait here a minute. Joseph rushes into the kitchen. I remember this with Amanda. Half of fatherhood is trying to keep your kids from finding creative ways to kill themselves, and he's got 4. Talk about worry. I take a seat on his surprisingly pristine couch and twiddle my thumbs. Examine the bookshelf. It's a pretty sturdy wooden bookshelf. It looks handmade. Did Joseph build this? There's a big... his name is Joseph. He's a minister. Of course he's a carpenter as well. There's a big stack of what look like travel magazines. Hyenas of the Serengeti, the underwater mysteries of the Antarctic, and on and on. Seems like Joseph really loves a good adventure. Unless this is a Mary thing. Who knows? Next to them are a couple of different Bibles. Looks like he's covering all the Bible bases. King James, New American Standard, the Bible for Teens. He is a cool youth minister after all. On a higher shelf, there are a bunch of old romance novels. Judging by the wine stains, these must be Mary's. The newest one looks like Hot Body Johnson, Sex Detective. I'd read that. The 8th installment in... Oh, wait, this is a series? Examine the coffee table. There's a couple cool knickknacks on the coffee table in front of me. Hey, a cross. Hey, another cross. This one looks a little different. And a third cross. Unified design aesthetic. Smart choices. There's also a brass thing here. It looks like something a sailor would use to navigate with. I think they're called sextants. Sex. I wrote this game. Heh, sex. Examine floor. Well, you have this many kids and things are bound to end up on the floor, no matter how hard you try to keep it clean. I spotted a terrifying clock. You know what? I'm going to put that in the cool things collection. That seems like a cool thing. I predicted the game. Or the stupid jokes. I haven't quite decided. Oh, no, there's a stupid thing collection. I put it in that. I spotted a terrifying cloth doll that appears to have had both arms pulled off several times. It's been stitched back together a lot. The tag says C+C. Of course. I set that down and spotted a houseplant. Hey, little guy. Keep being you, tiny houseplant. I spot one last thing on the floor next to the houseplant. It's a silver necklace. Wow, this looks expensive for something casually tossed on the floor. If there's a story here, it's none of my business. It's been a while. I guess I should go in the kitchen and see what's up.
Oh.
I walk into the kitchen and to find Joseph holding Christine in one arm. She seems a lot calmer than she was a minute ago. I raise an eyebrow at Joseph.
Oh.
Joseph, the twins are a lot more manageable when they're separated. Duncan, where's Christian?
Hey.
Joseph, he ran off. Christy dips a spoon into the brownie batter and gives it a taste. Dad, it is too sweet. Sorry, Christy. Dad, it is too sweet.
Oh.
Joseph, you're too sweet. Christy, no, I'm not.
Oh.
Joseph, you're so sweet, we might have to water you down with spiders. Sir, as Angel points out, sir, you have lost a twin. Christy, no, not spiders. Joseph begins tickling Christy with his free hand. Between the laughing and squirming, I don't know how he's got a hold of her, but that girl is locked in place. The man is a professional child wrangler. Christy fixes me with her best puppy dog eyes.
Hey.
Christy, save me from the spiders. Spoonjewel the Spider King or Renegade option? Spoonjewel. I grab a wooden spoon and point it in Joseph's direction. Duncan, unhand her, foul beast!
Oh.
Joseph, okay, Duncan the Valiant, let's see what you've got. Duncan, hang on. I'm just curious if the Renegade option is actually the right call. Lest we forget, by the way, his child's name is Christian Christensen. Okay, no, they're both neutral options. You may have defeated me at Tarantula Ridge, but now I have the upper hand. Joseph gently puts Christy down behind him.
Oh.
Joseph, have you come to squash me, knight, or have you merely fallen into my web? Duncan, I'm no mere fly, Spider King. Now on guard! For a minute or so, Joseph and I mock duel with the two stupidest looking spoons in the room. Eventually, I strike a killing blow in the invisible heart between his arm and his body, and Joseph recoils in horror.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia, chat. Joseph, blast, I am defeated. Duncan, you could never best me, Spider King, for I have the power of... A sneaky taste from the brownie batter. The magic. Oh man, that is way too sweet.
Hey.
Christy begins jumping up and down excitedly. Christy, my hero! Christy hugs my leg before making a surprisingly fast exit.
Hey.
Joseph, hey wait, do you want to bake brownies with us? Christy hesitates, then shakes her head no again. Christy, Sparkle Pony! Joseph, Sparkle Pony? Joseph looks confused. You don't want to bake with Dad now? You want to play with Sparkle Pony? Christy, yes.
Yeah.
Joseph, okay, go. Before Joseph can even finish his sentence, Christy is out the door and down the hall. Ahead. Joseph sighs deeply as he stares into the chocolate batter. He tastes it again, face twisting.
Oh.
Joseph, and that is still way too sweet. Duncan, so what made that crash?
Oh.
Joseph, egg beaters on linoleum floor.
Oh.
It's my new techno single. Still haven't thought of the B-side. Now we're both looking into the batter. It's got a sickly sheen of sugar and chocolate candies throughout, and I have a feeling Christy had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Joseph, we need a fresh start. Duncan, yeah, like I said, I'm not really a baker, but...
Whoa.
Joseph, don't even sweat it. The bag came with instructions that have mysteriously vanished along with my daughter, so we'll probably be fine. Has therefore, but end up sleeping through most of it. Personally believe if that is the case, you needed the sleep, so hopefully you're feeling better. Duncan, probably.
Wow.
Joseph, yeah, probably. Christy Christensen, the Christian is a demon incarnate. Possibly. Possibly Demon Incarnate Stodas. He certainly looks confident. Alright, Duncan. You've baked a cake from a box before, once. How hard could this be? Just feels a waste most of the damn day. Yeah, but it's self-care, and self-care is never a waste.
Oh.
Do as I say, not as I do. Joseph, now grab a spoon and get ready to rock. Mario Batali, save me. Joseph and I set to work, cracking the eggs and mixing the things, and then pouring the things according to how we assumed the back of the box would tell us to. Things go according to plan, and soon enough we have a solid batch of brownies.
Oh.
Whew. Wait. Joseph has a little dot of batter on his nose.
Oh.
Joseph, wow, Duncan, way to use those dad skills. I bet you baked a few box mixes in your time. His nose. Duncan, Joseph?
Oh.
Joseph, all we have to do is bring these to the bake sale and voila, duty done. Duncan, Joseph, now home and find Christy. Keep your eye out for a pony that sparkles. Duncan, Joseph, hold still. Joseph, what? Thumb in position. And... no egg on top of the brownie, Pete, please? Hey! I would never do such a thing. Got it.
Oh.
Joseph's eyes go wide as I gently wipe the chocolate off his nose. Is he? Blushing.
Oh.
Joseph, oh. Thanks. Both of us own a Switch, Harry. Duncan, no problem. In less than a second, I've licked the batter off my finger. It's really good batter. Which is why my voluntary holidays are a minimum of 1 week long, usually 2 weeks. On Saber Days, do you favour the use a week to get over work approach and then have the holiday, or have the holiday and then have the week to get over the holiday approach?
Yeah.
Joseph, Duncan, we should find Christy. Joseph, yes. Yes, we should do that. Duncan. Joseph quickly composes himself.
Oh.
I mean, have you seen Duncan Man? Who could resist Duncan Man? Joseph, alright, she can't be far. You take the Delta position and I'll watch the 6. Look at this face. Is this a face anyone could turn down? Duncan, do you even know what that means?
Yeah.
Joseph, Alpha Tango Sparkle. Roger, roger. Reminds me, Saturn and I need to plan a vacation for May and we still haven't even thought about where to go. Somewhere fun. There you go, I've solved the problem for you. Joseph starts making his way down the hall and he calls back to me. Joseph, take the brownies and the rest of the stuff I baked earlier today while I get Christy. We'll meet you out by the car.
Yeah.
Joseph, Christy and I arrive at the church parking lot to find fold-out tables and pop-up tents already set up. Looks like the bake sale is already in full swing.
Oh.
Joseph, wow, this place is packed. Fun for me is sitting at home and day drinking and watching you stream. Don't need a vacation for that. Ari, I question your definition of fun if it involves me, but I guess day drinking might make it bearable. So there's that. What you need to do is you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you hide, you wait for them to lock you in, and then you have a night in Chuck E. Cheese, and that's your holiday. First 3 days are a waste. Find stuff into holiday, which should be too short and refuse to require a holiday from your holiday. That's fair. Everyone knows that sounds like some FNAF shit. Exactly, Ari. It sounds like the best way to spend your holiday. Is this packed? There are a few people milling around. Must be a value pack. Joseph, if you can count a city's population on your fingers and toes, this counts as packed. Duncan. Point. Christy rockets out of the car and into the lot. Is she running on jet fuel? Christy, I would sell brownies.
Oh.
FNAF? More like NAF. Byron got me. Joseph, okay, let's get set up. Christy, I want to see Mom.
Yeah.
Joseph, she's down by the other row of tables helping out with another group. Want to go over there and tell her I said hi? Christy, Mom! Christy zips off immediately. Joseph seems unconcerned. Duncan, does she always run that fast?
Nice.
Joseph, yeah, and I can only catch her half the time. These knees aren't what they used to be. Duncan, I remember when Amanda was her age. I couldn't get her to sit still for 5 seconds.
Oh.
Joseph, yep, great age to deal with. How weak are these parents' knees? While Christy's gone, Joseph and I arrange all of our baked goods on the table and settle in. Duncan, so, are we allowed to eat any of our own goods? Joseph, look, if I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. The man upstairs has strong feelings about snitches. Yeah, they get stitches. Duncan, does he actually?
Yeah.
Joseph shrugs. He eats a brownie. It looks like some of the other stalls are selling drinks, little handmade crafts, and other sweets. Whoa! Someone brought a soft serve ice cream machine. I gestured to it. Duncan, how are we supposed to compete with that? Joseph, please. This isn't my first time to the rodeo. The bake sale rodeo. Duncan, or the rodeo, if you will. Think about it. Think about it. Joseph, there's actually no rodeo here. It's just a bake sale.
Oh.
I think you and I put together can make one pretty convincing argument for these brownies, don't you? Oh yeah. We high five. If you bake it, they will come.
Hey?
It's not long before we have our first customers.
Hey.
Matt, hey dude. Commencita, hiya. Duncan, Matt, Commencita. Great to see you guys out here.
Hey.
Matt, happy to support a good cause. Plus, you know, as the owner and proprietor of the Coffee Spoon, an establishment that specialises in baked goods, I have to scope out the competition. Joseph leans close to me. Joseph, this guy knows his stuff. Stay on your toes. Matt, so, what recipe did you use for these brownies? Don't say you used the box recipe. Don't say you used the box recipe. We improvised. I just let the baking spirit move through me, you know? A little bit of flour here, a pinch of salt there. It's sort of like interpretive dance, but with cooking. Joseph, interpretive cooking. Yes. Hey chat, while my chat's talking about holidays and working and doing what you love and taking work on holiday, don't be a content creator because you're always thinking about content creation. Like, if it was just Twitch, if it were just streaming that I did, I could probably have holidays. You know, I feel guilty about skipping days, but I could probably have the holiday. Taking a holiday as someone who writes TTRPG material, professionally now, I've signed 2 contracts. That's a little harder to actually get away from. Anyway, Duncan, you can never make the same thing twice. Every batch is special. There will never be another batch of brownies with the exact flavour sensation that these right here have. GG on 2 contracts. Thank you, Harry. One book has been officially announced. The other one has not. So, obviously I'm not going to talk about either. Joseph, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Matt.
Hey.
Matt, alright, we'll take 2. Commencita, actually, we'll take 3. I ring them up and high-five Joseph as our happy customers walk away. 2 today, 15 next year? Please, gosh, no. I can manage 1 a month on top of everything else. I've actually been given the chance to sell back unused holiday this year. That's pretty cool. Are you taking the? Are you going to sell back your unused holiday? Guess you could get 9 days extra pay come April. Oh well, that answers that question. Not a content creator, I still have ideas. So do brains come with an off switch? Brains do not come with an off switch. Absolutely not. Not for people like us, babe. Joseph, see? Not so hot. Duncan, yeah, I'm hot off the good feelings from the last sale. Who's next? We sell brownies to a bunch of people I don't recognise, but who clearly know Joseph. Eventually another familiar face pops up. Brian, Duncan. It's Brian.
Oh.
Duncan, close enough. Joseph, can we interest you in any of our fine sweets and treats? Babe. Angel Wraith. Love, darling, pet. Scratch that last one. Pet is a bad choice. We both know that the only way our brains turn off is if we work ourselves to burn out and then just vegetate. Haven't calculated it. I'm hoping it'll cover most of the new PC costs. I hope that it does. I hope that it does, Byron. Joseph, can we interest you in any of our fine sweets and treats? Brian, you sure can. I bet I could eat 10 brownies. Must resist urge to be competitive. From the bin of bad ideas, there's a reason Sherlock Holmes frequented opium dens. I'm going to let the man buy his brownies. So put you down for 10?
Hey.
Brian, ha! Better make it just 2. 1 for me, 1 for Daisy. True, also, woof. Yeah, see, I scratched the pet. I took it back. Doesn't count. Free schnackos! Oh, 1 for me, 1 for Daisy. Joseph, coming right up. You excited for youth group movie night, Daisy? Daisy, yeah, what's the movie? Joseph, it's a surprise. Joseph leans over to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's The Fast and the Furious. Hey, that's pretty surprising for a youth group movie night, I'll be honest. Oh. So if you get competitive, Joseph hates it, but Brian likes it. Fast and Furious. Duncan, really?
Oh, yeah.
Joseph, if you think about it, some heavy religious undertones. Yeah, it's all about family, Dom. Joseph hands a baggie to Daisy. Joseph, I made sure to give you guys the edges.
Hey.
Brian, clearly the superior part of the brownie topography. Thanks, Joseph. Our two customers walk off with their purchases. Joseph and I survey our stock.
Yeah.
Joseph, these are sounding pretty hot. At this rate, we'll have enough money to pay for a new paint job on the church pews in no time. Duncan, wait, what happened to the pews?
Oh.
Joseph, Ernest spray painted his rapper alias onto them. Young Steinbeck. Duncan, I would have gone for Young Man in the Sea, but I can respect that. Joseph, speaking in ministerial terms, Ernest is hard to reach.
Oh.
Joseph, in father terms, Ernest is kind of a turd. Duncan, being a cool youth minister seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Joseph, it is, but it's worth it. Although, sometimes I wish... Never mind. Why wasn't it young Steinbeck? Because it's Ernest. Why would he be making that joke? You think he pays attention in class? Duncan, what? Joseph, it's kind of silly, but... Do you ever wish you could just drop everything and go lounge around on a beach somewhere in the tropics? Drink fruity blended beverages, fall asleep on a hammock? You know, basically about a Jimmy Buffett song. Oh, you do not want to see me dancing. Oh, that's a bad choice. Duncan. YouTube for your benefit. Chat's talking about ways to relax, and martial arts and dance have come up. Angel used to dance to relax. Or to deal with stress. Duncan. Joseph? I think about this every single day of my life. My dream is to live in Margaritaville.
Oh.
Joseph, one day, my friend. One day we'll be on island time. We make a couple more sales to some more church patrons. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Off in the distance, I spot my old buddy, Craig. Duncan. Craig!
Oh, yeah.
Joseph, it's going to be a hard sell. Craig's a fitness man. I think he comes to these bake sales to test himself, to see if he has the resolve to refuse processed sugar. Are you sure you're ready for this? Duncan, we go way back. I got this.
Oh.
Craig jogs up to our table with Briar and Hazel in tow. They're each finishing an ice cream cone, so it's unlikely we're going to sell them on brownies too. Probably won't be able to sell to the baby. She's impossible to read. All comes down to Craig. Craig, hey bros. Briar, hi Uncle Joseph. Hazel, hi Amanda's dad.
Oh.
Joseph, would you be interested in one of our delicious homemade brownies?
Huh?
Craig won't eat sweets, they got carbs and sugars. Craig, I don't know. Remember that one time? Hey Craig, when we were freshmen, remember how our next door neighbour pranked us by switching out our laundry detergent with dish soap and how the washing machine exploded with suds? And then we decided to get back at them by baking brownies for them but sprinkling high intensity hot sauce into the mix, and then we watched them cry after eating it.
Hey!
Craig, ha! I would feel bad, but we had to clean up the laundry room ourselves. Duncan, anyway, these brownies are like that, but without the hot sauce. Maybe you should get one more for old time's sake.
I don't know.
Craig thinks for a second. Craig, well, girls just won a game. You know what? We'll take one for each of us.
Yeah.
Joseph, even River?
Oh.
Craig, I'll eat hers.
Oh.
Not only did Craig buy one brownie for himself, he's going to eat two of them, chat. He's going to eat 2 brownies. We got to the bro. Joseph, you've got yourself a deal. The day winds down and we're pretty much out of items to sell. Everyone starts packing up. Christy eventually comes back and immediately falls asleep in Joseph's folding chair. He's got a carbo load, it's true. Huh? Box mix, huh? Mary saunters up to us. She looks like she'd rather be anywhere else than here. Duncan does have the skills. And you can't say no to Duncan Man. He's the man. Joseph, oh hi honey. Yup, they sound like hotcakes, which is actually they're just brownies. Mary, cute.
Yeah.
And boring. And safe. Duncan, hey Mary. Mary's eyes dart over to me. Mary, what's the rookie doing here? Joseph, I was just hoping to introduce Duncan to the rest of the community. Mary, You get a load of this freak show? Duncan, what? Mary, weird folk is all. Holier than thou times.
Hey.
Don't you think, Duncan?
Yeah.
Joseph, Mary.
Come on.
Mary, let the kid answer the question. Duncan, What is Mary's problem? I'm assuming we'll find out eventually. I'm just going to see how Joseph reacts if I shove a brownie in her face. Oh, he doesn't like it. They seem nice. They all seem like they're really excited to help out the church. That's pretty cool, I guess. Mary. Joseph. Mary, can we talk about this later? Mary. Oh, am I embarrassing you in front of your new friend? Joseph doesn't respond, trying his hardest to keep his cool. Joseph, can we please talk about this later? Mary. Sure thing, honey bear. Mary turns her attention to me. Hand over the cash. Duncan, Mary, Jesus. I'm not trying to rob you, I'm in charge of the funds here. I hand over the cash we've made. Feels like a hefty wad, if I may say so myself. Mary, thanks.
Hey.
Now give me your wallet. Duncan, what? Mary, give me your wallet. Do you think this church is going to fix itself?
Oh.
Joseph, Mary. Mary, I'm kidding. Sorry, I'll work on the whole pretending to be happy thing. Mary leans in and whispers to me. He's really good at it. Sorry. He's really good at it. Mary walks off without saying goodbye. Eesh. Duncan. Joseph, I'm really sorry about that. I kind of want to pry, but I don't know if he'll like that. You know what? Brownies fix everything. Duncan, this brownie will alleviate the situation. I take a brownie and split it in half, offering it to Joseph. He takes it. We eat. How's that feel?
Oh.
Joseph, better. You ready to head out? Joseph and I load the folding tables back into my car. Christy nods off the moment Joseph straps her in the car seat. I drop Joseph off in front of his house. A small yawn sneaks out of me. Joseph, looks like I tuckered you out, huh? Duncan, I'm a sleepy dad. I think I might finally be crashing from all the sugar. Joseph, ha! I won't keep you up then.
Oh.
Thanks for helping out today. Duncan, happy to do it. Also happy to eat brownies. Joseph, well, next time I promise we'll do something a bit more exciting and a bit less free labour. And I'm very sorry about the whole thing with Mary. You shouldn't have had to see that. Duncan, it's fine, really. Joseph, I know, but first hangout domestic problems aren't a good look. You barely know me.
Aye.
Let me make it up to you next time. It won't be Margaritaville, but we'll do something fun. Promise. I smile. Duncan, I'd like that.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph, oh, and one last thing. Joseph tosses a cling-wrapped brownie through the window. It hits me in the face, but I'm able to catch it.
Oh.
That's the last one. You earned it. Duncan. Joseph, please don't leave me alone with this brownie. Joseph, nope. Too late. I'm already walking away. Duncan, but... Joseph, bye! Joseph walks up to his home. He waves at me before carrying Christy inside. Well, looks like it's just you and me, brownie. I'll save the brownie for later. I pocket the brownie. This might come in handy down the road. I step inside to find Amanda doing homework on the couch. Housework on the couch, sorry. Amanda, hey, father unit. Duncan, hi, child that I'm required by law to care for. How's homework? Amanda, it's really fun and educational. Duncan, really? Amanda, how long have you known me for? Duncan, right. Amanda, how was the bake sale? Duncan, good. I think I really could have made a good life for myself as a brownie salesman. Amanda, glad to hear it. So, Duncan, so what? Amanda, were there any extra brownies? Or did you maybe sneak one? Or... I think for a moment and realised that I still have the brownie Joseph gave me. This would probably do better in someone else's stomach than mine. Duncan, heads up. Amanda, wait. I hurl the brownie towards Amanda. It hits the wall behind her and falls on the ground. Amanda, nice throw. She scoops it up and smiles at me. Thanks, Pops. Hey, if you're not going to bed anytime soon, would you be game for some real shark hunters of Orange County? Duncan, I thought the last hunter got eaten by a shark. Amanda, he did. I sit down next to her and cozy up with a blanket. Duncan, awesome. Date complete. Sorted past.
Ooh, that's some good grilling.
I did not hear what he ASMR'd.
Welcome. You've got dads.
The achievement for dating him all the way is called Margarita's Own. However, this is the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. That's been 3 hours and 40 minutes. So next stream, we will obviously talk to Craig's message. I don't have time right now for that, however. I have saved though. So next stream, it will be dating Robert, and then we'll just go back Damien, Craig, Matt, etc. to Robert. Actually, we'll probably get to maybe Brian, based on how long the stream's taken. As I said, I'm going to date all of them twice, save, and then do their third dates, see if I can get the good endings, because you get pin-ups for their good endings. If not, it'll be nice just to see the full storyline for each character, and good and or bad endings. I might just go Craig, Damien. Do it like a reasonable shape, if we're dating all of them anyway. So, all that is left for me to say, YouTube, is please pet pets, tell them I love them, because I love all pets. And to you and your loved ones, please do stay safe, healthy, and wholesome. This game is so wholesome and cheerful. And does this mean there's a good ending for Mary? We'll just have to play to find out. I'm pretty sure there's a good and a bad ending for each character, or with each character, so we'll see. But YouTube audience, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.